All right, we are back. Big episode 87. Gronk episode in the building.
Brian Finneran.
Brian Finneran.
Reggie Wayne.
Hello. Fuck, hey, I can't say that yet. I don't rock with Reggie Wayne.
10 minutes.
But, yeah, in fact, we are back. This is a show about nothing, podcast about nothing. Of course, we got a couple special guests in the building. Really? I mean,
Eric Decker.
Kind of. Episode 87, as you see, the Eric Decker, Reggie Wayne, Brian Finneran, Rob Gronkowski episode. To my left, of course, D-Rock, co-host, co-creator, co-owner, all that. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
What's happening, shawties? Most importantly, before I do anything, salute to the women, especially the women of Atlanta.
Man, shout out y'all, man.
Yes, sir. Okay, please like, subscribe, and comment, especially the women, please. I mean, you want to see my face, I want to see your face, so just subscribe, you know what I'm saying, get us paid. Okay, all right, we are very happy to be here, man. This is episode 87. Go peep the last episode. We had the whole game going with the fantasy draft. Yeah. That league is very fun. Stunner, you messed up not coming, bro. We playing 3 wide receivers, 2 flexes, 2 running backs, a tight end, and a quarterback.
I ain't really mess up because it's already over. I've already won.
Nah, my team crazy. My team too crazy. If Kyron Williams is not returning punts, but we got a big show. That's Barry,
What up,
Detroit. He was on last show, and obviously y'all know who he came to rep. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is, and again, y'all know what time it is. It's Friday, so we just off the Lamar and Pat battle rematch. That in my head, the Ravens won. And we going to start with that, and then we're going to get straight into the Falcons because Stunner came ready to ball. Right. So, y'all want to talk? Y'all want to introduce yourself to the hoes or anything before we get started?
What's going on, man? My name is Stunner. You know what I'm saying? Go Falcons, you know.
You feel me? Hot Boys reunion coming soon. November 2nd in New Orleans. We will be in attendance, you feel me?
Bling.
Come on now. YM shit, man. All right.
What up, though? It's your boy Barry. I'm a roar because Lions.
Yeah, boy, growl on him. Let him know what you do.
Defend it, then, you know what I'm saying? Let's go, y'all.
All right. Y'all ready?
Yeah, man.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
All right, man. It's the greatest thing in the world when September 5th, 6th, or 7th roll around because you know what that means. It's Thursday night kickoff. You feel it in the
2K
air.
2K coming out.
2K come out. Madden came out. College football came out. And they all hitting. It's no duds. It's no game. You like, man, I don't ever want to play this. I'm playing all of them. We going crazy. And then on top of that, the NFL season opened up with the 2 best quarterbacks on earth. Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, maybe the best quarterback ever. Rematch of the AFC Championship. Maybe, and everybody talking about it's going to be a low-scoring game. Everybody talking about, hey, it's going to be a defensive battle this week. Well, man, y'all don't know superstars when y'all see them. Y'all got to know some superstars. Superstars show up in big moments and make big plays. And, yeah, maybe the second and third quarter was a little sloppy. But when it was time to go, what they do? They go. Ish, take it away.
I ain't gonna lie. I thought it was a great game. First impressions, we're gonna get into like the minutia, like the game plan and stuff. But just like for the basic people listening, I like Lamar's tone in the game, kind of, cause like you could tell, like it's crazy because we was just talking about this, like certain people you just gotta hoop against. Mm-hmm. It's not like he wasn't going out there playing like, oh yeah, it's Gardner Minshew. Like, nah, that's Mahomes on the other side. Nigga throwing behind the back passes in preseason. This supposed to be our banner. They raising our banner with me here. And you could tell he was playing that like a playoff game. Like the offense obviously his week was not gonna be what it's gonna be later in the year, but it was every time it felt like Lamar put on the cape, he threw it right on. Like, I'm gonna try to run through 2 people, dive for it. I just love the entire tone of the game. But I guess to pose the question to the room, like, why do we even watch? Like, what's the point? Like, if the Chiefs win again, like, why are we still watching?
That first drive was so funny because you saw how Baltimore, they could run the ball, throw a little quick passes just like that. And then here comes Kansas City, 5 plays, 2 minutes. It's like, all right, what we doing? Like,
I ain't gonna lie, the first Xavier Worthy touchdown was so depressing. That shit was so depressing.
Watching what Patrick Mahomes does to other AFC quarterbacks and teams is like psychological warfare almost. Yeah. It's like you have to play perfect to beat the Chiefs. And it's hard to play perfect football for 60 minutes.
It's such a weird combination because teams used to do this versus Brady. It's like, you got to play perfect, but you got to take chances. You got to fake field goals, but you got to take all your points. Like, it feels like a no-win situation. Like,
I agree. first to Ish's point, both teams did an amazing job of setting the tone for their season.
Yeah.
The Ravens can live with that loss. The Ravens, Lamar is looking at, all right, the first, we'll go straight to what was important. The first missed throw, that was bad. You can't miss that throw. The second missed throw, he said he wasn't throwing it to Zay. He said he didn't even see Zay until he let go of the ball. He said he was throwing it to Bateman. If you watch Bateman, as Bateman hits his curl, he looks like he's running to the back of the end zone because there was nobody back there. Yeah. And that's why he floated. He said he felt Chris Jones' pressure, and he had a guy in front of him, I think 23, the linebacker, was in front of him. So he was just trying to get the ball out because you can't take a sack with 10 seconds left, obviously. Right. So he said he didn't see Zay. Third throw, Kevin Durant. So they, as you said, Lamar set the tone for the season like, hey, we on a mission, and it's them. And that's why he came out and played like that. I seen a couple analysts this morning like, this isn't sustainable. The Ravens can't play this way. Lamar can't run this much. It's like, dog, if you watch the Ravens play football, Lamar does not run the ball like that against anybody. Exactly. He knew what time it was. He wanted to put on the cape, and he wanted to win that game, and he did everything he could to win that game except make the one throw that he missed. And when he walked off the field, he pointed to the crowd and was like, I'm coming back. Like, I'm coming back. Like, he ain't even worried about home field. He just want to play them. I think Lamar want to play the Chiefs more than he want to win a Super Bowl damn near. Like, he want to beat Patrick Mahomes. I don't even think he worried about the Super Bowl. Look, ain't nobody in the NFC beat him. Yeah. He just want to beat Mahomes.
That is the Super Bowl.
And that is like his Super Bowl. If the Ravens beat the Chiefs, I think they're going to walk into the Super Bowl with so much confidence. It might bite them in the ass eventually, but they're going to walk into that Super Bowl like, bro, we beat our kryptonite.
Two cut you some bail for the people that's like, well, it's a bunch of good teams. It's the Niners, it's the Lions, it's the Falcons. But like, if you were in Lamar's shoes, nigga, if I beat Mahomes, who cares? If I beat Mahomes, who gonna beat me? Bro. If you can go through 15, like, who cares? Like if the Falcons beat the Chiefs week 3, I wouldn't care about the rest of the season. As long as we make the playoffs, I don't care about no other team.
See, I was talking last year. We beat them week 1. I was like,
bro, it's nothing that can stop you if you beat the Chiefs. Like.
But to flip on the other side, the Chiefs did excellent at setting the tone for who they will be defensively. They're going to be physical. They're going to stop the run. They're going to play man coverage, and they're going to make you beat their corners. On offense, we back.
It's over.
And that's the scary part is, okay, of course, on the Ravens side, 3 offensive linemen, brand new. You got to work that in. Derrick Henry, how are we going to use him? What packages are we going to put him? Got to work that in. Yeah. That's week 1 shit. All right, now we on to the Kansas City side. Hey, I don't even really got chemistry with bro right here. We on a 4-2-1 in the 40, bro. I got to figure out how I can hit him in stride. He overrunning balls in practice. I don't have Hollywood Brown yet. I got a backup tight end I'm working with. And Pacheco, we still trying to figure out, can he be a pass catcher? Do we need to find a pass catcher as a running back to be our third down back? But both offenses look like they laid the foundation to week 6, week 7, they going to both be unstoppable. Yeah. That first drive for both of them was, like Barry said, the blueprint for who they both are. And if they are clicking like that week 10, week 11, can't nobody stop either one of these teams, which is why I'm in the mindset, bro, like this is the AFC Championship. The only team that's going to ruin that is the Texans. But this is the AFC Championship in my eyes, bro. Like these boys, these 2 teams, these 2 quarterbacks, dog, they different, bro. They just on another level than everybody else in the AFC. I think the only team, like I said, is the Texans, but CJ in year 2 versus 2 MVPs. So I don't know.
I think the NFL fucked up. Yeah, it's bad. This is like a level 5 red alert. You know what I'm saying? You should not have let Patrick Mahomes get someone who is the fastest man in the NFL. Again. Bro. Simply because of the fact that he already has Travis Kelce. Mm-hmm. And now he has his, this might not be the best comparison, but he has his version of CeeDee Lamb and Rashee Rice now.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
So how do you defend that? Who do you double? Who do you – because you can't leave Xavier Worthy one-on-one.
Nope.
You got to shift your coverage because Travis Kelce is in the middle. You can't put a linebacker on him. Mm-hmm. Can't put a safety on Rashee Rice in the slot. What do you do?
And what's so frustrating about it, and I really saw this, like, you saw it a little bit I think you saw it the first drive. The first drive, because before Worthy even caught the touchdown, he was making me mad because Andy Reid's such a genius. Andy Reid is using him to create space for everybody.
That's all you have to do. It's the Tyreek Hill effect all over.
Literally. The first Rashee Rice catch is just, we're going to high-low Xavier Worthy, and we're going to run him through there so fast. You got to back up. You have to backpedal. And now Rashee Rice is catching it in stride, running through the middle of the field.
And now imagine you put all your resources into stopping those three, and you got this hard running Puerto Rican in the backfield
with one of the best lines.
Like,
in the league,
bro,
too.
I want to hit on something Stunner tweeted a couple weeks ago that I've been waiting to get him on the show to talk to bring the light, because he made a very good point. He said a speedy receiver, a breakaway speed, game-breaking speed in the NFL is very similar and has the impact of a elite three-point shooter in the NBA. Explain that, because that's an amazing comparison.
So, like, take Tyreek Hill, for example. If we was to compare, Tyreek Hill would be the Stephen Curry of wide receivers, because his speed is something that you can't teach. You can't – you damn near can't defend it, because – or the only way to defend it is to put multiple people on him, and that opens up things for everybody else, like gravity in the NBA. So with Xavier Worthy now, it's just the fact that I can outrun whatever corner you put on me, so you have to give extra resources to me, and now that's going to free up everybody else. Like I said, Travis Kelce didn't need a reason to get open. Like, he didn't need less resources on him.
Right.
You can't focus on Travis Kelce, Xavier Worthy, and Rashee Rice.
Right.
Now, just say a team goes man coverage. Patrick Mahomes is going to run.
Yep.
He's going to run, get 20 yards, get out of bounds. It's like –
yeah, it's no answers.
That's like a damn near like a when you're on your fifth year in the franchise and Madden, you done signed all the good free agents. You got to create a player at quarterback.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, come on. It's damn near not playing fair.
And my fault. But to continue off what you were saying with like a great 3-point shooter or a super speed wide receiver is they kill you in situations where you may have just took a big loss, or it may have been a DPOY. Like if it's a blown coverage, like Marlon blew the coverage, he thought it was cover 2, he thought it had safety, it was cover 3, obviously. If that's a slower wide receiver, you might grab him, you might take the 15-yard penalty. You're not getting a hand on Xavier Worthy. Like, he's gonna walk into the end zone. So not only that's why it's so frustrating playing them, because before you always had to be perfect situationally.
Right.
You had to make the right choices. You couldn't throw no picks. Now on defense, every single call needs to be perfect, because any blown coverage, and this Marquise Brown isn't even back. When Marquise Brown is back, you're going to have two speedsters on the outside, Rashee Rice and Travis Kelce in the middle, and it's no good answers.
And then even when we saw like what they had was like a 3-man rush.
Yeah.
They almost got Patrick. What did he do? Danced around. Who's
Get out.
open? Kelce. So what you gonna
Exactly.
do?
And that's my point of why I said no one can beat them in the AFC except for the Texans and Baltimore. I took Josh Allen to this because Josh Allen isn't going to have the weapons. They're going to do the exact same thing they did to the Baltimore. Keon Coleman not getting open.
Unless he put that cape on. He got to
put
put that cape on.
Yeah. The thing is, he has the same issue that Lamar have, where Lamar might miss a throw, he'll turn the ball, he'll have a really bad turnover, or he'll miss a throw. They have the same exact issue where they'll put on the cape for 57 minutes, and at the end of the game, they'll do something wrong. My thing with Josh this year is he doesn't have the weapons to be able to afford to make that mistake. He doesn't have the defense either. The Ravens have the defense and the weapons for Lamar to be able to fumble in the first quarter, and they make up for that. The Bills don't, and I don't trust Josh Allen to play a full 60 minutes without making a mistake. So that's why I'm looking at the Texans and the Ravens as the only guys that have a sliver of hope of doing it. One, because Lamar can do what he did last night and go for 400, 3 touchdowns, and just put the cape on, and Roquan Smith can put his defense in position to make a couple of plays to get off the field on third down. And the Texans, you can't do what Kansas City did with the Ravens or what they'll do with the rest of the season, because they got 3 number 1 receivers on their team and a good tight end, and they can run the ball. So what CJ can do is just outdo a Patrick, which is why I think it's not realistic and it probably won't happen. But those would be the only 2 avenues is your quarterback just gotta be better that day. It's just like Lamar was. And that's the thing. Lamar was better than him yesterday and still lost. So you got to be perfect. The refs got to be on your side, and your quarterback got to be better than best quarterback.
I will say this.
Like, it's crazy.
You can't miss kicks, because I think that Justin Tucker kick.
That hurt him a lot.
Justin Tucker,
just momentum.
My fault.
Just momentum.
But what I want to see is, this is funny because you got the Falcons stuff on. I want to see how they play against the Falcons week 3. And the reason I say that is because the Chiefs defense right now, Spags loves to, I'm going to rush 4. I may send McDuffie off the corner. But this front 4, Chris Jones is going to create pressure with us naturally. Now, teams with a great offensive line, like the Falcons, who can hold up versus for may be able to attack them on the back end more, missing Snead. But the Ravens just don't have the personnel to even try.
You know a team who I would throw in that mix in the AFC? How you just
The Chargers? Oh, my fault.
be respectful.
No, the Chargers got 2 great tackles. That's what I'm saying. Because they got Alt and they got the one they just drafted.
The team that I want to throw in this mix, and it all comes down to how their quarterback bounces back from injury.
Yeah.
The Jets.
Oh, I can't.
The Jets have an elite. The Jets might have the best defense in the league.
Yeah.
If Aaron Rodgers is still Aaron Rodgers, and he can, Breece Hall is going to have a nice year. Garrett Wilson is. The Jets.
See, that's where I worry about the Jets is it's just Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
Because McDuffie is going to chase Garrett Wilson everywhere. You need that's what's so frustrating about watching the Chiefs and watching the Ravens. There are probably the most balanced teams in the league right now, other than the 49ers.
And Lions.
Yeah, and the Lions where both sides of the ball, you need to be great or they might run you out the gym.
Yes.
Because if your defense isn't great, they may score 35 on you.
Yes.
And if your offense isn't great, they may score 35 because you don't get the ball moving up and down the field enough. So I think you need to be super balanced. I think the Jets is a good point because their defense really may be good enough to stymie them, but Rodgers would have to be.
Yeah, he would have to be prime.
Great
Yeah, he would have
Rodgers,
to be all time.
Yeah.
I want to touch on the Jets points real quick. I don't think the Jets are realistic because of their offensive line. That is my issue with them.
Okay.
I think Chris Jones is going to wreak havoc. Yeah. And again, if any quarterback was in that position Lamar was in, they probably lose that game by 30.
Easy.
Like Chris Jones was walking to the backfield,
Yeah.
with no pressure. Yeah. The first play of the game, he moved the guard out the way with no effort. So they was trying to double him. The last 2 plays, they just started blocking him with the running back. Fuck it, he gonna get back here anyway. We'll just focus on everybody else. Like if it wasn't Lamar just being Lamar, they wouldn't even been in that game. So I think the Jets will have that same problem. The only thing that might help the Jets is the play action. I think the Ravens are not comfortable running play action from under the center in the way Aaron Rodgers will be. Yeah. And if they can get them, as we mentioned, the Ravens couldn't run the ball yesterday. If Breece gets going and got 75 through 3 quarters, 80 through 3 quarters.
It's going to slow that pass rush down a little bit.
There you go. It slows the pass rush down. You can get to the play action. And now your corners got to think because they've been having to come up and tackle all game. Right. Your safeties got to think because they've been having to come up and tackle all game. So the Jets are not – they would be the next team. I'd say them are the Bengals, but – I'll get to the Bengals in a second. But, them are the Bengals would be the next 2 teams, I would say. But I do like that option. I just don't know if they offensive line to hold up. And, it's crazy we talking about an NFL player like this, bro. This shit is insane. Yeah. But, Barry.
I don't know if, Aaron can have, that special that Aaron, Lamar had last night. Lamar had, 100 rushing yards last night?
Yeah, 122.
So, can Aaron really do that whole magic stuff he used to do? So, I don't know about that.
Yeah, y'all know how I feel about Rodgers. I don't think they got a chance. But
I do think
prime Rodgers walked through that door.
He's top 3 quarterback of all time, though.
He's even top 3 of this generation.
Top what?
What? Aaron Rodgers is not a top 3 quarterback.
Well, no, he's number 4 all time. My bad. I apologize.
Number 4?
Yeah.
What's that list?
Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers.
Crazy.
Where's John Elway and Joe Montana?
John Elway isn't anywhere. Joe Montana's 5.
He better than Steve Young?
100%.
He better than Joe Montana?
He better than Joe Montana?
Yeah. Have y'all seen Aaron Rodgers throw a football?
Have you seen him lose a football game?
I see Anthony Richardson throw a football.
Have you seen Aaron Rodgers throw a
have
football?
Have you seen the way Aaron
I did. He threw a pick 6 to end this year.
Have y'all ever seen Aaron Rodgers play a football game?
Yes.
Aaron Rodgers is the top 5 most talented quarterback ever. Yes.
I don't think so. I don't think he's that either.
But if we talking about you're crazy.
Talented?
Oh, you're out of your mind.
Okay, so I couldn't name 5 more talented quarterbacks.
No, you can't.
No accomplishments.
No, you can't.
Absolutely not. No.
Okay.
Do it.
Lamar.
No.
Mahomes?
No.
Talented?
Mahomes, yes. Everybody else,
Lamar's not more talented than Rodgers.
No.
I'm the biggest Lamar Jackson fan in the world. Hell no.
No.
Have you seen
Lamar
that
Jackson
nigga throw a
fan.
football, bro?
I don't think it's 5 guys who can throw a prettier football.
So we're not talking.
And Aaron Rodgers' prime, he was mobile as hell too.
I'm talking about talent. I'm just talking about things. Lamar just had 122 rushing yards with the best defense in the league.
Okay, you can put Lamar in the 5. I'm not putting him over Aaron yet. Nah, Lamar is one of the 5 most talented quarterbacks.
Do you think that Michael Vick is more talented than Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, what? What? Yes.
Fuck it, I take
Eagles Vic. Eagles Vic. Shit. Eagles Vic was 70 yards of air.
You know how I feel about Vic, dog. That's my GOAT right there.
Fam, when Eagles
Mine too. He's not more talented than Aaron Rodgers, though.
When Eagles Vic hit the bottom of that drop, and let that ball go versus the Redskins to Deshaun Jackson, he passed Aaron Rodgers. He passed Aaron Rodgers.
I've seen Aaron Rodgers throw balls like that on the run.
I seen him throw a lot of passes out of bounds too. Like,
we talk about the same Aaron Rodgers here.
He got
be.
He got a thing with Aaron Rodgers because people like to compare him to Brady. And he don't think that's a fair comparison.
no, I don't.
And if I start that, y'all gonna have to stop the show. So I'm not gonna start.
No, I think Aaron Rodgers. What is like to me is like niggas be like, yo, Clay got such a pretty jumper. He shoot better than stuff. Like, no, that's not how that worked. Like, yeah, he throw the ball really pretty. It looks really cool. But it's people that do it better. It just don't look as cool.
Name them.
Who?
That throw. Mahomes throws the ball better than him.
That's it.
You're naming
Josh Allen. Josh Allen has more arm talent.
Great.
He has more arms, but he doesn't have more accuracy though. He doesn't throw a better ball.
No.
Stop it.
No arm talent. No, just throwing the ball.
Accuracy is part of arm talent.
That's true. I'll give you that.
No, Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
Crazy.
Before we go any further, you bringing up John Elway in this discussion is very disgusting.
John Elway's crazy.
John Elway
is him. John Elway is him.
He's nowhere near top 5.
You know what, listen.
John Elway is
he might be top 10.
Niggas know I hate Aaron Rodgers, so I'll walk back the talent one, but he's nowhere near top 5 all time. Nowhere near it.
I disagree.
You can't have.
Has Aaron Rodgers thrown 100 interceptions in his career?
No, that's crazy, ain't it?
He's never.
That's that insane. No,
he's never won the Super Bowl as a leader of his team. He's never led his team. That was Charles Woodson team. We not gonna.
I'm not gonna lie.
That was Charles Woodson
like
team.
A defense. That was like a defensive led team because you got AJ.
BJ Raji had a pick 6 in the playoffs. Like that was a defensive led team. It was BJ Raji, Clay.
When did we start? That's like saying Peyton Manning didn't win a Super Bowl as the leader of the team.
In the Broncos, he didn't.
But that's still Peyton Manning Super Bowl.
No. I'm not giving you that.
No. The reason. I'm not taking the ring.
I'm
not taking the ring away.
So are we taking away half of? Are we taking away half of the first half of Tom Brady's legacy?
No. I'm not taking the rings away. I'm saying it's niggas who actually led their team.
No, I'm saying Tom Brady didn't lead his team to the first 3 Super Bowls.
Those
were defensive. Those were
game-winning drives.
Those were defensive dominant teams, though.
The second.
Those were Rodney Harrison's teams.
Okay, the second Super Bowl.
Those were Teddy Bruschi's teams.
The second Super Bowl, we scored like 30, and Tom Brady had like 300 something.
In the NFC Championship, the Packers scored 42 on the Falcons.
That wasn't even the same year.
It was.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
Was
that the same?
No, it was not.
Yes, it was.
I remember why I was
that was divisional round. But that was
he played the Bears backup in that NFC Championship.
That's the year they won the Super Bowl.
They barely beat the Bears backup.
They blew the Falcons out. I was there.
They barely beat the Bears backup.
I was there. I was crying at halftime. I know what Aaron Rodgers does to it. I know what Aaron Rodgers can do to you.
And look, they blew the doors off the Falcons. They was 15-1. Aaron Rodgers the MVP, and they got throttled in the NFC Championship by Eli Manning and the Giants.
That wasn't that year.
What does that have to do with anything, though?
Because every year Matt Ryan lost in the playoffs, he lost to the eventual Super Bowl champion.
Every year. Ain't that crazy?
Or no, he lost to the team that went to the Super Bowl, not the eventual Super Bowl champion. Every single year he lost in the playoffs.
Crazy.
He lost to the team that went to the Super Bowl.
He lost to the Giants one year, for sure. He's won.
That might be the year that we lost to the Giants in the playoffs.
He's won one NFC Championship game, and it was versus Jay Cutler backup. Like, I get it. He throw the ball really nice.
You got to play who on the field.
I want to make sure everybody know what's going on. What conversation are we having?
Is he a top 5 QB?
Aaron Rodgers been a top 5 quarterback.
Just making sure. Because I do not think Aaron Rodgers is a top 5 quarterback.
Well, y'all two honestly don't really know quarterback play.
What makes him a top 5 QB ever?
What makes him a top? No. So this is the thing. Let's have a conversation. We having the wrong conversation. Because you take.
Let's go off talent, stats, accolades.
What?
Talent, stats, accolades.
Can't. That's the thing. We can't have this conversation with stats and accolades and Aaron Rodgers be top 5, and you look at me crazy when I say John Elway is. When John Elway got 3 Super Bowls and 3 Super Bowls MVPs.
He has 2 Super Bowls.
He has 2.
2 and 2 Super Bowl MVPs.
But when was John Elway ever the best quarterback in the league?
When was Aaron Rodgers ever the best quarterback in the league?
Hold on. John Elway was the best quarterback in the league for a couple years. He just didn't win the Super Bowl.
What years was those?
In the early 80s.
He wasn't better than Dan Marino. Stop it. Cut it out.
I'll give you that. So he was number 2. When was Aaron Rodgers better than Brady? When was he better than Tom? When was he better than Peyton Manning?
From 09?
09?
To maybe like 14? There's a conversation.
We won multiple.
That's cool. It's a team sport.
So at what point does the games actually matter?
We're just watching the games. We watch the games.
No, I'm just saying.
But if I watch
had a whole career to accomplish something.
So MVPs mean nothing to you, like
MVPs don't mean anything. Stats don't mean anything.
Listen, like you said, accolades. It was talent,
accolades,
stats. Right? They matter, but what actually happens in the game matters.
The stats. You get your accolades off of what happens in the game.
I'm thinking harder.
You get your stats off of what happens in the game.
I'm thinking harder.
We gauge your talent off of what happens in the game.
Wait. So what happens in the game?
Hold on.
So him never beating a good quarterback in any playoff game his entire career.
He's won a Super Bowl. He beat Matt Ryan in the playoffs. Matt Ryan is a good quarterback. Yes, he has. You're wrong.
And he beat Big Ben in the Super Bowl. I absolutely do think Aaron Rodgers is 5. He's 5.
5?
I'm tripping.
What's the 5, bro?
I got him at 4.
He named them Brady, Mahomes, Peyton, Joe, Rodgers.
How is he? Okay, if he's behind,
I'm not putting Elway in front of him.
Matter of fact,
I don't think Elway was nearly as talented as he was.
Matter of fact,
and his numbers are better than Elway's.
This whole Elway conversation. It's a couple more names we're gonna get to before we can get to Elway.
When is it?
Like who?
When is
Dan
it?
Marino, who was better than John Elway. Brett Favre was better than John Elway.
Let me ask.
Was John Elway better than Drew Brees?
Wait, hold on. Aaron Rodgers better than Brett Favre?
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
Why? No, why? Because Brett Favre has MVPs, has multiple Super Bowls,
I just think
and has amazing stats too.
Hold on. I just think Aaron Rodgers is
he was too
way
careless
better
with
decision maker.
Too careless with the ball.
He was also a more accurate quarterback than Brett
careless
Favre.
with the ball.
And so he has three times MVP that Brett Favre does.
3 times. How many MVPs does he have?
Like 3 or 4.
Aaron got 4. I think Aaron got 4.
Brett has 1. I'm pretty sure.
Aaron a
I
bad
thought Brett
boy.
has 2. I'm pretty sure Brett has 2.
Aaron a bad boy.
Because somebody looked that up. I'm not 100% sure about that. But I do have him at 5. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm not gonna put him above Elway. 1, because I didn't see Elway play. 2, I just watched him highlights.
First of all, Brett Favre has 3 MVP awards.
Really?
Yes.
How many does Aaron Rodgers have?
4.
He does have 4.
He doesn't have 12. Like he doesn't have 9 MVPs. Brett Favre has 1 less MVP.
So according
more
to
Super Bowls.
According to the Associated Press, there was 4 seasons that Aaron Rodgers was the best quarterback in the NFL.
That's not the award. The award is most valuable player. That's not what.
We know
that's
what
not what best QB is.
That damn near.
No.
How many times was he first?
So
team?
Matt Ryan was better than Aaron Rodgers that year?
How many times was Aaron Rodgers first team All-Pro? That'll tell you right there.
At least 4.
Look, go ahead, look it up.
Look that up.
That's the ranking right there. All-Pro.
In the regular season. That doesn't mean you're the best quarterback in the league.
Yes, it does.
So Lamar better than Mahomes?
Wait, let's stop.
You got all that last year.
So in Mahomes' career, he only been the best MVP. He only been the best quarterback twice.
Has he only been first team All-Pro twice?
He's only been the MVP twice.
Hold on. Who are we arguing?
He got a 4-time All-Pro.
4-time first team All-Pro, so 4
That's
different years.
That's honestly surprising to me. Honestly,
It's
I
not
expected that more.
surprising.
Tom Brady and he was in the Tom Brady and Peyton Manning era, but he had his run in that era. Is what I'm saying.
Listen, him being in any Tom Brady conversation is ridiculous.
Tom Brady
like
is cool.
he don't even breathe the same air that Tom Brady.
It's not true.
What do we?
You can divide Tom Brady's career in half, and Aaron Rodgers still not there.
That's cool.
Listen, it took Tom Brady 1 playoff run to match him in the NFC. Took him 1 playoff run to match Aaron Rodgers' whole career,
and he did beat him in that playoff run as well. But I do want to ask the question. I do want to ask the question. Who are we arguing? Because y'all are just yelling
Brett
out
Favre
shit
over
about
Aaron
Rodgers.
Rodgers. Brett Favre is over Aaron Rodgers.
No, he's not.
You're crazy.
100%.
You're out of your mind.
He over John Elway for sure, but he's not over Aaron Rodgers.
So like again, I asked.
Where's Cam Newton in this?
Top 50, top 75.
Okay, let me pose this to the room.
Top 10 quarterback.
How old are you?
Right under he's right under Josh Allen, by the way.
How old are you?
25.
How old are you?
28.
How old are you?
26.
How old were you the last time Aaron Rodgers won a playoff game that mattered?
I don't know.
I don't care.
How old was he when he won the Super Bowl?
I was alive.
How old was he when he was on that Super Bowl team? Because I was in 7th grade.
13.
I was like,
okay. So at what point does 14 years of embarrassing yourself in the playoffs?
I wouldn't call it embarrassing yourself.
What he did against the Bucs was embarrassing.
Shit happens.
No, that the Bucs collapse was embarrassing. You are not a top 5 quarterback.
Brett Favre got 2 Super Bowls in 22 years. What are we talking about?
Peyton Manning only got 2. It's hard to win Super Bowls.
It's hard. Listen, a lot of stuff I say about Peyton apply to Aaron Rodgers.
So what's your top 5?
What do you want the quarterback to do, bro? Like you nitpicking, like you nitpicking Aaron Rodgers' career.
That's my problem.
No,
20 years, not
finish.
Go ahead.
You are nitpicking his career. You're naming out. You haven't even named a specific playoff run other than the one with Brady, but you are nitpicking his run in the playoffs when Brett Favre has won 2 Super Bowls in 20 years, and you trying to act like it's just crazy we seeing Aaron Rodgers when Aaron Rodgers is a more talented quarterback. So my point is, in these conversations, Peyton, Joe, Peyton, Joe, Tom, and Mahomes just have accolades out of the galore. Is no conversations to have with them. But when we get to this back half of 6 through 10 and we start talking about them, we really just talking about the talent because nobody just did something crazy that nobody did. Like Brett got 3 MVPs, he got 4. He got 1 Super Bowl and Super Bowl MVP. He has 2. Aaron Rodgers has played like 17 years. Brett Favre played 22. Brett Favre ended his career on one of the worst picks I've ever seen in my life. Like, we're not just gonna nitpick Aaron Rodgers and be like he failed half his career when Brett Favre went 20 seasons without winning the Super Bowl.
No, okay, I think that's fair. The disconnect for me is I'm not just having talent as this separate bucket of aura of how he throw the ball.
No,
what
that's not
I think talent is how good you are. And I don't think that Aaron Rodgers' arm is better than Brett Favre.
So why is Kyrie the most skilled player ever?
That's
Sorry.
skill.
Sorry.
He's not a top 5
Come on now.
player.
If we want to talk, we can talk.
Oh, but that's different.
I said, why is Kyrie the most skilled player
Yeah, most skilled.
ever?
He's not top 5 ever.
No, I'm saying he thinks he is. I'm saying.
Why do you think? Hold on.
I'm saying if that's your argument for
why do you think that?
For the quarterbacks, then Kyrie cannot be the most.
No, but that's it. You're agreeing with me. I didn't say Kyrie's a top 5 player ever.
Why do you
I said
think
he's
that?
the most skilled.
Why do you think that?
Aaron Rodgers is literally in a top 5 conversation because of a skill.
That's
that is
not true.
not even like.
That's not true though.
So why else is
he has
there?
a top 5 resume?
It's the accuracy. It's like the low interception numbers. It's just
See, but that's the thing.
He has a top 5
He broke the
resume.
record for throwaways. Like y'all quoting me his interceptions. His team is losing because he don't want to throw interceptions. I do not give you credit.
What?
Because you didn't. Okay, so wait. So y'all didn't get that just now? I didn't walk that back.
Your team is losing because you don't want to
Yes,
throw in.
you have to.
He's not being aggressive enough.
They literally lost 2 playoff games because he wouldn't be aggressive.
And Brett Favre has lost playoff games because he was too
And
aggressive.
listen, I didn't say Brett Favre was perfect. I'm saying Aaron Rodgers' low interception numbers don't move me when you lose playoff games because you're throwing the ball out of bounds every 3rd down.
So what does Brett Favre having the most interceptions ever do for you to make him over Aaron Rodgers?
He has another Super Bowl.
Okay.
Oh, those don't matter?
Okay.
My fault. He's not talented enough. My fault.
Okay. All right.
He's hella talented. He should be in that top 5 most talented ever.
I think so too. But listen, I know Aaron Rodgers. Listen, he throw the ball really cool.
You keep saying that, bro?
Did Brett Favre win back-to-back? Did Brett Favre win back-to-back Super Bowls in the 90s?
I think that was the Broncos.
No.
I think
That was Cowboys.
Who did he win his second? When did he win his second Super Bowl?
They beat the Patriots and then did they?
Brett Favre has 1 Super Bowl.
If Brett Favre got 1 Super Bowl, this is not an argument no more. I thought somebody said he had
Unless they win
he only
back-to-back.
has 1.
Yeah, I was gonna say unless they went back-to-back, he
this is
only
not
has
argument.
1 because I know he didn't win 1 in 2000.
All right, Aaron. I'm very consistent. I am very consistent.
All right, back to the season. Great shit. I can't wait to post that. All right, but we're going to have that Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers one day when we got more time.
It's nothing to talk about.
There is a discussion that we do need to have.
About what?
We can save it.
Well, about what? I just want you to say it. We're not going into the conversation.
The Cam Newton, Josh Allen conversation.
Oh, we can do that later. That was planned. That was
Okay.
Yeah.
We
Because
gotta
you're
touch
so
on
wrong about
that.
that. You're so wrong about that.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm not. Moving along.
Before we go anywhere, we'll jump to the others and we'll get to the Falcons, get to the Lions, get to the NFC. Do the Chiefs three-peat? Or is it the field?
Yes.
No.
Who you got? We'll do it later.
I just think it's hard.
I'm taking the field.
I just think it's hard to win a Super Bowl.
too, bro.
It's very
He's the
hard.
best player.
That's how
He is. He
is.
Patrick Mahomes is how they say it. Michael Jordan was Jesus in sneakers. Patrick Mahomes might be Jesus in
That is.
I'm
cleats.
still worried about like how the Chiefs secondary is without Sneak, and then is this pass rush going to continue to be good?
Yeah.
And I gotta see, like you said, bro, it's just a grind, bro. Like, they played longer than everybody. Like, you see, it's a lot of people not picking the 49ers to go back because that grind is hard. And not only did they win last year, they won the year before. So they played more games than everybody 2 years in a row. And the year before that, they had played into the championship. Like, it's just so many football games. There's so much winning. You're right, bro. He the GOAT. He the greatest we ever seen. But, like, it's just so hard to win. I really do think the Texans are Ravens.
This is going to date us, but 2 years ago.
Do y'all think it's fair to call somebody the greatest that you've ever seen? Why their story's still being written?
The best. I'll call him the best. I can't call him
He's the
greatest.
best I've ever seen.
Okay.
He's the best player I've ever seen play quarterback.
He's not the greatest yet, but this is gonna date the show. But 2.5 years ago, we started Mahomes rule. I'm not picking against them until they lose again, and they have not lost since we started that rule.
Since you said that.
So until they lose
at the
a
beginning of the
playoff
22
game,
playoffs.
I'm not gonna pick against
At the
him.
beginning of the 22 playoffs, he picked them to go 20. He picked them to go 20-0 that season because he was like, I'm not picking against him.
I'm not picking
and then
against
he was
him,
like, he was just the rest of the year. He didn't pick against him. But yeah, and we still haven't, and he still hasn't lost. So ain't too much you can say. But I do, before we get off, I do think Lamar might win MVP this year because I think the way he's going to run the ball this year and the way he just effortlessly gets away from blitzes and the way he can break tackles and make linebackers look silly, he really might get that MVP this year. I had Stroud or Josh Allen to win
I might
it,
hit my MVP pick,
but Jared Goff a good answer. You said the last week.
No, I got a different one, I think.
Okay. Bijan Robinson, I appreciate that, brother. You know what I'm saying? I do appreciate the
Has it been
love.
10 minutes? It's been 10 minutes. Listen, I'm doing all my home dick ride. I think the nigga might win MVP too.
No bull.
Like,
Yeah.
All right. No, the bullshit. I think Josh Allen gonna win it. That's why I drafted him in my fantasy league.
I have my 5 is Lamar, Josh, Mahomes, Stroud, and Tyreek.
I didn't have Pat before the year, but watching the offense and how they're gonna play, like the Ravens defense is probably the top 3 defense in the league, and like they hit a couple home runs.
I think so.
I still
it's 5.
think so.
It's 5 for sure.
I think
I might
so.
take San Fran over him. I might take the Jets over him, and then we'll
I don't know if I
start
take
having
San Fran.
I
or
don't
Cleveland.
like
See, I don't like San Fran
Baltimore's
secondary.
corners. I
do.
don't think Marlon Humphrey's that good.
I don't think he's that good, but the Ravens are coached really well.
Yeah.
So the defense is always in position. And it's not really about – it's about Roquan and Kyle Hamilton and then everybody else just doing their job. And that's why I like their defense because they don't get out of short
Who
season.
you got for MVP, Barry?
Stun, I'm sorry, I love you, but I think Hurts might get taken MVP this
Who?
year.
Jalen Hurts?
I think so.
Please.
The way they pushing like this
Please.
whole Nick Sirianni.
Cut it
Yeah,
out.
Like the hot seat, and then
Yeah, they gonna fire him.
yeah,
Cut it out.
I'm with you. I just think like because now they got who's the
Saquon?
OC from Dallas?
Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore, like Kellen
Moore.
Moore, he worked with Dak. They're kind of him and Dak kind of similar. I don't think Jalen Hurts he might have like a low touchdown interception ratio. They can dump the ball off to Saquon on these quick passes, and then this whole leadership aura thing they might just.
So my
That's
question,
my dark horse.
my question about Jalen Hurts being an MVP candidate is, with Saquon now in the backfield, are they still gonna push him in the end zone every time they get on the 1 yard line?
Yes, they are.
Because that's the only reason he would have had the numbers to do it last year because he had 15 rushing touchdowns, but like maybe 10 of them came from the 1 yard line.
Yeah,
I
Do you want to put your quarterback at risk of getting hurt, or do
I
you
don't
just
think so.
give the ball to the running back?
And I do think Jason Kelsey was a big part of why they did that so much. I think him being able to get that low, that fast, snap the ball like that was a big part. I don't think you can just
Because I don't want 300-pound linemen diving on my
Exactly.
quarterback's back all game.
And you don't want your linemen just diving like
Yeah.
that and everybody falling on them.
Because that's really a dangerous play.
It is. It is.
I listen. I agree. I think it's dangerous. I agree. You don't want to put your quarterback in there. But every time I cut the game on, they'd be like, "Yo, you know, he squatted 600. You know, he squatted 600 6 years ago. You know, he squat." I think it's a part of his. It's a part of the Eagles brand. Like the tush push didn't get banned. I would be shocked if we don't see a tush push at some point.
No, I think we'll see it. I just don't think we'll see it on the 1 yard line, as he said.
Yeah.
I think unless they really trying to get him the MVP, which some teams will do, will try to get their quarterback awards. But I think they're going to feature Saquon a lot. I do think he'll be in that conversation. What I think will hold him back is his passing numbers. I think Lamar is going to throw for 4,000 and run for 1,000. Like I really think. And if he don't do that, it's going to be damn close. And that's going to be the issue. Is how you going to give him the MVP when Lamar got more passing yards and more rushing yards than him. Like Jalen might have more touchdowns than him because of how the Ravens play, and they got Derrick Henry back there. So you get on the 3-4 yard line, you're going to be handed off to him. But the numbers, the passing yards, rushing yards, I just think Lamar's
To
going to be
Barry's
too
point,
high.
though, and I do kind of agree with him in this. Like the MVP, and we were talking about this. I was going to bring this up a little earlier. We were talking about just MVPs. Like MVPs are like really narrative driven in the NFL.
Yeah.
NBA, you can break it. You can be good enough to where they gotta give it to you. In the NFL, if the narrative is this MVP, you gotta be perfect to supplant him. So whoever is the MVP week 4 will probably be the MVP.
And I've been saying Jordan Love might get it.
Yeah, I was just thinking Jordan Love too. That's my dark horse. Jordan Love and C.J. Stroud are my 2 dark horses. You know, Kirk Cousins could get in the conversation. You just never know. You know, football is such a crazy sport. Kirk Cousins could get in. Come on now.
The Atlanta Falcons, I'm very, very excited for this season now. Before I start this,
Dirty Bird Nation.
Dirty Bird Nation.
Come see us at the Bears.
Before I get into this, Stunner has an issue with me because I'm a real bad fan.
Terrible fan.
See, Stunner be like, "You not a Falcons fan," and I be like, "Yes, I am." The issue with Stunner is he thinks I'm saying I'm a good fan. I'm just saying I'm a fan. I'm a terrible fan. I acknowledge that. I haven't said anything about the Falcons since they lost the Super Bowl. No, since the 2017 playoff run. Last game I watched, and I was like, all right, I can't do this for a while. And then they just went to shit after that, so I just stopped talking about them. But now I'm back on board because we're good again. And he hates that. I get why it's wrong, everybody, but
let me shoot you some bail. Like, because being a fan is like...
There's no need to shoot bail. There's no need to do that.
Because being a fan is like being in a relationship, though. Like, for real. Like, that's your team. That's your, like it's going to change your day. Like, if y'all win, you cool. If you lose, it's going to hurt. Right? But, and let me pose this to you. Has there been any fan base in the NFL that's been through more trauma than the Falcons fans recently?
Thank you.
Probably not. But that's the part. That's the part of being a fan.
He's in an abusive relationship.
But that's the part of being a fan, though. You choose whether you're gonna stick beside them or not. You don't.
Talking all time or just recently?
Because like
Just recently, Barry.
No, I was about to say the Bills lost 4 straight Super Bowls.
No, I mean just recently. I just mean
in
our general
then yes,
fan
the Falcons
lifestyle.
for sure.
Like you can speak to the Saints.
I know I said the Cowboys. I thought the Cowboys.
Nah,
The Minnesota Miracle and that Rams play happening in back-to-back years is insane. One of those plays happened at home.
Listen.
Browns also got a case.
I listen. All these are great cases. I would still say
The Packers have a case as well. They had one of the best quarterbacks of a generation that lost 4 NFC championships. That's very traumatizing.
San Francisco about to have a case too once they lose the NFC championship this year.
Baltimore fans go to sleep dreaming of Patrick Mahomes. Everyone has a case. Everyone is traumatized at this point,
see,
except for the Chiefs.
This is my retort. When's the last time you watched that Super Bowl?
I ain't watched the Super Bowl since it happened.
But
I'm not the type of person to go back and watch games that I've already seen, though. I watch highlights of it.
The Falcons have just such a unique level of pain they put their fans through. Like, from the Matt Ryan era through Ritter. Like, even when Matt Ryan was Matt Ryan, you just kind of knew the pick was coming. You just kind of knew, like, oh, yeah, we going to get a bunch of points. Game going to get close. The team going to come back. We like, oh, yeah, we going to put away drive right here, pick 6 to the linebacker. Just chill.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing about me. And y'all don't know this about me. Have y'all ever heard me say, hey, we should go watch a game somewhere? Yo, let's go watch a game. Y'all want to pull up and watch it? No, you've never heard me say that. Do you know why? I take this shit seriously, bro. Mm-hmm. After the Ravens lost last night, I sat right there for 30 minutes.
That's exactly why you're not a Falcons fan, though.
And that's why I had to take a break from the Falcons, because that shit drains you. Emotionally drains you.
In my mind,
so it's like, I'm going to just go mess with this quarterback I fuck with for a little bit, because if he lose and they play, like, if they lose and Lamar play bad, I can go to bed happy.
Right.
I'm straight. With the Falcons, it was like everything just going wrong. I ain't have nothing to believe in.
Right.
I ain't like the coaches.
They was always on Channel 5.
I ain't want Matt Ryan. I want them to draft Justin Fields. They want to draft Justin Fields. It was just like everything they could have done wrong, they did wrong.
That's part of being a fan. It's a difference between being a fan and being a supporter. You're not a Falcons fan. You're a Falcons supporter. If you're a fan, you stick down through them tough days.
I did stick down. No, I just wasn't tweeting.
You wasn't.
I still watched all the games.
You wasn't riding and dying. You know, you wasn't riding and dying with the Falcons, man.
I can respect that.
I've been getting into arguments with my big brother every year about the same stuff.
Me too.
Because my big brother swear I'm a fake fan because I don't like what the Falcons do.
We have the same issue.
But it's a difference between
hurt people. Hurt people.
It's a difference between I'm gonna go watch another team or I'm gonna like. No, if that's your team, that's your team. Like in basketball, I'm a Hawks fan. But I have other favorite players. I don't care if they win or lose. I just like to watch them play.
I care. I'm too competitive than I
see.
care.
I don't care because they're not my team.
Let me understand, bro. Like, this shit ruined my days,
Barry,
bro.
Listen, Barry, you have.
I haven't been able to think straight since last night
because our current basketball teams are pretty bad. Do you have to be excited when your team is ass? Like, is that like?
No, you don't have to be excited, but it still has to be your team. That's still your team, though.
Yeah, but like, do you gotta?
You can be very. I'm very pessimistic about the Falcons when they suck.
No, but like, I don't. This is a bad. I don't know. I don't want to say this out loud, but like.
It's hard because you see the
what you wouldn't be talking about.
Okay.
If Wemby wouldn't get drafted.
I was gonna say something crazy, but I figured it out. Let's just say you down a little bit. You gotta buy a hoopty for real. You gotta buy like a 03 Honda or something, right? You're not gonna put it on the gram and drive it, or that's still your joint.
You feel me?
That's different.
That's still your home.
That's different though.
You feel me?
That's different though.
Like that's still your joint.
It's different because that's if that's your first car.
Yeah.
I got a car. This me.
Yeah, you still
I
love
don't,
it.
I don't care who judges me when they see me with it though.
But it won't be your Twitter cover photo though. Like,
But it's still me though. I'm still proud of that.
But
I think
then-
we only
hold
get
on,
that in
hold on.
football though, because like now how we're overreacting to something from a last night game. Next week they win. It's like if the Ravens win next week. We're all back in this. Basketball is different because it's 82 games. Like I remember one time Detroit beat Golden State on the buzzer beater. I was happy as hell. Next week we lost by 30. I was like, damn, this shit kind of sucks. But
I do remember that game.
That's just part of football.
Like I'm a ride or die
Was that
Falcons
against
fan.
Sadiq Bey went for like 40?
I will die behind the Atlanta Falcons, man. I will die behind the Atlanta Falcons, man. In real life, like
But really, take that car example, and now say you don't wreck the car don't got backed into, you hit a brick or some shit.
Right.
You ain't gonna post that shit no more.
Right.
You sad. You ain't gonna post it. You still love that car. You still whipping that motherfucker.
No, you let your
but
car
you ain't
recover
posting
for
that
real. You gotta let
motherfucker.
your car recover. You gotta let your car,
But you
work
fix,
out. Like,
you fix that bug.
Yeah.
You clean that
That's
motherfucker.
different.
You get some seat covers.
That's different.
You gonna post that bitch like, look at my baby.
Yeah.
I don't
Look,
like
look, just like I did. I said, look at me how I go. Look at me how I go.
it's different because you know what I'm saying.
It's just, they traded for Jesse Bates.
Oh shit.
Little air freshener.
Bro, they got Jesse, they got Simmons, and Yuta.
Yeah.
I said, oh shit.
See, I can't. We
Look at
can't.
tickets, man.
Look, now you
might
got
have to-
6 CD changer.
We
You used
might
to
have
have
to,
a little.
we might have to suspend you for like a year or two, man. Might have to suspend you, man. Like if you do all that to your car, they gonna suspend your license. You know what I'm saying? We might have to suspend your license, man.
Let me ask this because this has been fun. We asked this during I think it was the draft. Do you trust Kirk Cousins more or Michael Penix?
Kirk Cousins.
That's fair.
I just ain't saying Michael Penix do it at a high level.
Well, let me rephrase it because we kind of asked it different on the show. Do you like your ceiling more as a Falcons fan with Kirk Cousins or with Michael Penix?
That was the question.
For this season or like in general?
Yeah, this season and moving forward.
Well, this season, Kirk Cousins, like I said, he just been doing it at a pro level. He's the consummate professional quarterback. Like, you know what I'm saying? And y'all, I don't know what kind of audiences this show will reach, but y'all know how I feel about black quarterbacks. They gonna throw that pick. You know what I'm saying? They gonna throw that pick, man. So we need Michael to sit and
I will
chill.
say,
So what is Patrick Mahomes?
I was gonna say Mahomes is breaking that stereotype.
He got a white mama. You know what I'm saying? So
But he got a black dad though.
But he
Black
so
dad.
he
He threw a
mixed.
pick last night.
Yeah, he did throw a pick last night. He threw that pick.
He did throw that pick.
He didn't throw that pick. He did throw that pick.
Half
You know what I'm
like
saying?
Well, that is funny as hell because he be tweeting that. He be like, I told you they gonna throw
You know what I'm
that
saying?
pick.
They gonna throw that pick, man.
Y'all niggas are stupid.
But no, Michael Penix, I think
Child basket.
I wouldn't have drafted him at 8, but it is what it is. He on my team. I'm rocking with him. I like him as a quarterback. I just wouldn't have drafted him at 8, but he here now. We
It's
here.
way easier to forgive it because of every single move they make.
Yeah.
Every single move they
Even
make.
then, still though, I still wish they would have traded down and drafted a corner because we don't really have a good cornerback number 2. So that's my only issue with the offseason. But other than that,
And when you draft a quarterback, the best thing about him is they're cheap for 4 years, and he's not gonna play for 4 years. Like,
he's
best case
not gonna play
scenario-
for the first 2 years.
Yeah, like
Yeah, they gonna cut
Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins. If we miss the playoffs this year, I think Kirk Cousins gets traded this offseason. If we make the playoffs this year, he's getting traded after year 2.
I think
I
he's
don't know
right.
if he-
If they
I
miss
don't know.
if they win 7 or 8 games, Kirk Cousins is out of there, bro.
Who taking
Because
the cap hit?
if they win 7 or 8
Dallas?
games and they average,
I'm talking about y'all. Like the cap hit to trade him next year would be ridiculous.
Oh no, we taking that. We got we're gonna have more money next year because we got a lot of contracts coming off the books too.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like y'all are in that like the Lions territory where we got money to spend now. That's why y'all signed Kirk Cousins. That's
Yeah.
why y'all got you. It would be like you went a step forward and then 2 steps back because as soon as you started spending bread, you got to eat the contract with Kirk Cousins. You end up in a situation like the Browns where it's like, yeah, we'd love to trade him, but even if we got him off our team, we got to pay him $40 million to play against us.
But the Browns, the difference is the Browns don't have a backup option. We do.
Hey, shout out Jameis.
Please.
salute.
The Browns don't have a backup option. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Jameis wins.
That's a way worse division in NFC South.
Yeah.
So, all right, Falcons for real. Let's get into the what we came to do. That was a lot of fun. All right, Falcons stunning expectations for the Falcons this year. The first question I'm gonna ask you 3 questions. Number 1, how do you want to see behind you this year? Number 2, what are your expectations for the defense? Because I do believe that's the path to the Falcons winning this year is through the defense. And number 3, what style of offense are you looking for from Zach Robinson?
Number 1, I think Bijan's gonna have 2,000 all-purpose yards this year.
That's fair.
You said the defense. That's funny that you mentioned that. Man, before we traded for Judon and signed Justin Simmons, me and my dad had $1,000 bet on if the Falcons was gonna be a top 10 defense, and I said they weren't. Now I think they teeter around somewhere between 9 and probably like 13 or something.
You should start saving.
Oh no, the bet's off.
Okay.
That's
I was gonna say you should put some bread to the side. Yeah, you should put some bread to the
Oh, no,
side.
he wasn't gonna get that regardless. No, if we wouldn't have made those signings, we would have been like the 21st best defense in the league.
I think so.
For sure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because we didn't have a pass rush. We didn't have our strong safety was bad. And we don't have a cornerback too. So we still got a couple holes on defense, but we're cool now.
Two all-pro corners two all-pro safeties is like having a good corner though. Like they're gonna be able to cover so much ground. I don't think not having a good cornerback
the reason
is gonna be an issue.
The reason I think the Falcons, it's ironic. It reminds me of like back when the Falcons were like Matt Ryan days, where like they would run through the regular season. Like that schedule is gonna be so treach.
Yeah.
It's gonna look like the top. It's gonna look like a top 3 defense, even if it's not.
You good for what? 3 picks playing Baker, Derrick, and then maybe Bryce forces some stuff.
Bro, like they're gonna dominate.
That's why I drafted them in fantasy as well.
I did. I drafted the Falcons defense as well.
But I think we're gonna have a pretty solid defense. Hopefully, we can get pressure on the quarterback with Grady Jarrett having a running mate this year.
Shout out Grady Jarrett, Conyers.
Yeah,
good dude.
Shout out Grady. You know, the heart and soul of the team. But the last question was about Zach Robinson's offense. I don't know what to expect from that. Because I didn't pay attention to I think he was with the Rams last year.
Yes, I did.
So
I did. So this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking you're gonna get a very similar style offense to just what the West Coast offense is.
Right.
I believe you'll see a little bit more spread than you do with the Rams.
Right.
The Rams are under center a lot. They're running a lot of bunch formations. I think you'll get a lot more spread just because of the weapons you guys have. But I do expect the basis of the offense to be built off of the zone run. And I think if they do that and they try to go zone run, go play action, get Kirk a lot of easy completions, that's the way for them to win. I think with Kevin O'Connell, what he was doing with Kirk was he was putting him in the positions like they put Mahomes and Allen and Lamar to make plays happen. And we're going to put you in shotgun. You got 5 routes. Figure it out.
Right.
I think they're going to make this real simple for Kirk. All right, we're going to roll this bootleg. It's underneath. It's over the top, or it's way over the top. And it's going to be a very simple offense similar to the 49ers, but it's going to be so many layers to it, it's going to be hard to stop. That is what I'm hoping, because if you put the ball in Kirk's hands to go win you the game, like we just going to drop back, run similar to the Mahomes, and we just going to drop back and throw the ball 45 times a game, that's not the way to do it. He's not a quarterback to do that.
See, I think it's crazy. I think the opposite as far as formation-wise. I think it'll look a lot like Goff and McVay the first time they had Gurley. I think it'll be compressed sets, under center, through beyond. We have a great offensive line. We have a great running back. Our wide receivers, our best one, Drake London, is big, physical. I think they're going to play through that and just work off the West Coast wide zone scheme. So I think it'll be a lot of physical bully ball, and out the backside, it's tight end in the flat, over route, a deep route, or something, similar to that. Like, I don't think I think they'll be under center a lot more than the Rams and the Vikings, because I don't think they'll be asking Kirk Cousins to make many like crazy throws for real.
Okay.
My bold prediction for this year is the Falcons having the top 3 offense as far as total yards. I think we're gonna have, like I said, I think Bijan's gonna get 2,000 total. I think Kyle Pitts and Drake London can both go for over 800 yards this year.
I think Drake London's going to be around 1,000 to 1,200 and about 10 touchdowns, and I think Kyle's going to be around 750 to 800 yards.
I realistically think they could both go for over 1,000, no cap.
So, what do you think the ceiling is now?
Oh man, please.
What do you think?
Don't ask me that.
What do you think the ceiling is?
You know what I'm saying?
Best case
Super Bowl at this year, man. We gonna see you there, Patrick. We gonna meet you there, baby. Me and Captain Kirk, baby. You know what I'm saying? Me and Jesse Bates, baby. We coming.
Now to pivot to Barry a little bit, because I did like that Falcons thing. Now that we have both y'all here, is Bijan better than Jahmyr Gibbs?
Why don't y'all pronounce the J in Bijan's name?
I thought it was Bijan. I really thought that was how you
I
pronounce
said
it.
Bijan.
I said Bijan.
Oh. Probably from Mortal Kombat.
I'd say Bijan on purpose. I thought that was his name. Is it Bijan?
Yeah, it's Bijan.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really did think it was Bijan.
I hate that. Why is that like that?
Yeah, that J should definitely be silent.
Yeah.
Like Bijan Mustard. He got his own mustard line. Bijan Mustard, you know?
So let me ask,
serious.
is his name actually Bijan, or is this nigga just selling mustard?
No, his name is actually Bijan.
Okay.
But yeah, Bijan.
Okay.
I'm taking Bijan over Jameer. I love Jameer. You know, he from the state. You know, I love it. Any,
Georgia Tech alumni. Salute.
yeah, I love any athlete from the state. You know, but Bijan is just a little bit different. I like, and you know, y'all know me when it comes to like football and stuff. I love speed, and Jameer has that. But Bijan just, the way he moves is a little bit different. Like as far as contact balance, power, agility. I think they neck and neck. I would go with Bijan, not just because he's on my team. I just think he is the more talented running back. But it's crazy that you asked that because before that draft last year, I was saying, I remember when the reports was coming out that the Falcons were going to draft Bijan at 8, and I was like, just trade down and draft Jahmyr Gibbs. I didn't think Jahmyr was going to go at like 12, though. So I do think they neck and neck, though.
I think they are neck and neck. Like he said, I think Bijan is more physical, but I think because Jahmyr went to Bama, he probably didn't get the spotlight that Bijan had in Texas because he was like the Texas offense low key.
Right.
Yeah.
It's neck and neck, but it depends what you want on the day.
Yeah, see, I go Gibbs just because, like we talked about speed with a wide receiver earlier. There were 7 because I had Beyond in fantasy last year. Of course, why did I do that? With Arthur Smith calling plays, but
I mean, you could have.
There were several plays where I thought crib shot. I thought we broke the second level of the defense. This is 70 yards, touchdown. He got hawked a couple times. In comparison to Beyond, where he would hit that second level.
Jahmyr.
Oh, not yeah. In comparison to Jahmyr, he hit that second level versus Antoine Winfield, and no one touches him. All pro safety doesn't get a hand on him. Like Jahmyr Gibbs, like especially I guess running behind the Detroit Lions line, but the Falcons line just great too. But it feels like at any time, it feels like remember when we used to watch Chris Johnson. Like I remember when I was a kid, I used to think Chris Johnson was gonna score every time they handed him the ball.
Yeah,
like they kind of got that thing where it's like. If the middle linebacker jumped to the wrong gap, he might score right now. Like
I feel like the difference last year, the difference was the Lions could throw the ball.
Yeah.
When the Falcons were on offense,
that was about to be my point.
You knew they were going to run the ball. They physically could not throw the ball successfully as well as other teams could because they didn't have a good quarterback. The quarterback that they had last year was just cut.
Let me ask this.
That's what he wanted me to support and tweet about.
Let me ask this.
I did.
Let me ask because I think Arthur Smith might be the worst play caller in the NFL.
I think Arthur. The show might get canceled if we go here.
Yeah, let's just chill. No.
We're not going to know. We're going to spend too much time on Arthur.
We'll put it on Patreon.
This next one is going to put us on Patreon because I think Arthur Smith is the worst play caller in the NFL. Was Ritter really that bad?
He was. Oh my God, he was terrible.
Okay, my fault.
He was terrible. Oh my God.
Who did he throw that? Who did he throw them back-to-back picks versus? He threw
The Jaguars. The Jaguars.
Jacksonville.
That was the Jacksonville game. That was the Nickelodeon game.
Wait, you are
That was the Toy Story game. I think it was something like that.
Yeah, the Toy Story. You remember the Bijan Toy Story highlights?
Yeah, and this was when I was working at T-Mobile at the time, and I had to be to work at 1:00, and I called him like, no, I'm gonna be late. And that's when I made the viral tweet, the viral voice message on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Kill him dead. You know. That account has been suspended, by the way. Shout out to Elon. You know.
Ritter, like shout out to Ritter.
No, don't shout out to him.
DJU. Shout out all the bad quarterbacks because like watching them, like like I'm not a Falcons fan, so of course I didn't like have that at that time I wasn't Falcons, so I'm not like feeling that pain, but. It show you, playing quarterback really that hard.
It's really that hard.
It's really that hard.
And the crazy part about it is, I never thought Ritter was gonna be good because I watched him in college against Alabama, and it's just like, even though he's at he's on a talent deficient team. You still see certain things in a pro quarterback when they're going against college football players. Like, okay, he can make certain throws. Exactly. Ritter never had that. And the fact that the Falcons fan base was saying the things that they were saying, like comparing him to Dak Prescott and Russell Wilson, they said they would take him over Lamar Jackson.
They did say that.
They said that.
They said this was Ritter's city. Yeah. There's a lot of nonsense.
I was finna go to that. I was like, bro, one nigga put on his jersey and was like,
that was him.
I'm riding with Ritter, no matter what y'all say.
That's who said it was his city.
Like, what are you talking about? He's not good, bro. The year before, when he got in towards the end of the season, Stunner posted this play 99 times, bro. He had a clear wide open receiver, and he had a running lane. The nigga literally ran in a big ass circle in the pocket just to come back up to what was open to begin with.
After no troll. After he did that, they started comparing him to Patrick Mahomes. I'm gonna tell y'all exactly what he did. He got the snap. He ran 10 yards backwards in a straight line on 4th down. It's 4th and 4. He ran 10 yards backwards in a straight line from a clean pocket, ran 10 yards forward back into the clean pocket, and threw it to the tight end who was wide open the entire time.
Yeah, I love it.
And they was like, "Oh, y'all don't see him being the next Patrick Mahomes. Look at the play. It's like, bro,
we got to be serious about that, bro. We got to be serious.
Like, and it's just the fact that he couldn't even be the third string quarterback on another team just proves that
he's not an NFL quarterback.
No.
Yeah, he's not an NFL.
He's not even a backup. He's not even a backup. All right, to the Lions.
I'm gonna hate watching that team. That was a good team to hate watch.
To the Lions, Barry. What are you expecting this year for the Lions? Are you expecting a Super Bowl run, bro? Are you worried about? And who are you worried about in the NFC?
I'm expecting the Super Bowl run, at least the NFC Championship. We got to go back and redeem what happened last year. Golf, my sleeper MVP.
y'all had the NFC Championship last year too.
They had it, bro. They had that.
Y'all were
They
better
should have
than
won
them.
that game.
They should have, man. But you got to go through pain sometimes. So I'm expecting Golf sleeper MVP year, maybe 4,500 yards, maybe 5,000, depending how much we run the ball. J-Mo's back. He's healthy, not suspended like that silly gambling thing last year. So we finna get full receiving core. We got, I think, 4 new corners, 2 experiences, 2 rookies. They're physical. Then we got 2 new defensive linemen to help Aiden out because Aiden's been balling. So I'm excited because
Y'all got a squad.
yeah, we got a
Y'all
squad. It just
real
comes down to
squad.
can we stay healthy, and then probably matchups in the playoffs.
Detroit got a squad. They got a tough division. I do think they're going to come out on top in that division, though. They are very, very good. And why I think they're going to come back out on top is everybody's talking about the Packers, but the Packers played well for 8 games. I got to see it for a full season. And everybody talking about the Bears, but I got to see Caleb Williams win from the pocket.
Packers can run the ball now, though. They got Josh Jacobs from the
Oh,
Raiders.
don't get me wrong. I'm very high on the Packers. I'm saying I got to see it. I'm saying I think the Lions are going to come out on fire. I don't know if the Packers are going to start
And I think we
in
got
the way the
we
Lions
got to see how much film. We got to see what defensive coordinators do against Jordan Love this year because last year was his first year.
Right.
Also true.
We didn't get too much, but now we're gonna see what defensive
Yeah,
coordinators
I'm
do
not
against.
super high on the Packers personally. I think that's probably going to be the best division in the league.
Let's stay in the NFC North for sure.
I think
my
I
bad.
think it's going to be the best division in the league. But when you look at the teams in that division, the Lions roster's crazy. Bears outside of Caleb roster is crazy. Like I don't look at the Packers roster and see like the depth of talent that you do.
Because I really can't tell who Green Bay number 1 receiver is.
Christian Watson, probably.
Is Romeo Dobbs or Christian Watson?
Well,
in my
it's been like a thing for the Packers. Like,
If Watson can stay healthy.
Yeah, niggas keep asking like who's the number 1 receiver, and the coach don't like it, but like that's the thing, and not even just the number 1 wide receiver. I don't know if that's going to be a good enough defense versus the Lions' offense with Ben Johnson coming
San
back.
Francisco, Atlanta.
The bad, like just in their own division, like that may be the third best defense in the division.
Facts.
Like I don't know if I got to see it. I got to see it.
The thing I like about the Lions this year is, I'm a big advocate that all football games should be played inside.
What?
I hate weather affecting sports.
What?
I hate it. I can't stand it.
Oh, that's sacrilegious.
I think-
am on both. I 50-50.
I think
What?
I think the Lions have 14 or 15 of their games this season indoors.
Yeah, I don't like that.
14. I think.
Yeah.
I don't
So
like
We
that.
play San Francisco in December, of course Green Bay, and I got sick of the other.
You know what weather football's supposed to be played in? 0 degrees, no snow.
that's
0
no.
degrees, no snow.
No, it needs to be in a 65-degree dome.
I think Nick,
No,
here's what I think.
no slipping.
Y'all playing soccer?
I think everybody should have a retractable roof. If you are building a new stadium, you should have a retractable roof. And I do not think if it's raining or snowing, you should have it open.
So let me ask you.
I think-
Let me ask you
I think
this:
the
Ish.
cold is a part of football. I think
No.
the light drizzle is a part of football.
Yeah.
But
Would you play basketball in the middle of December outside?
I have.
You don't know me, bro.
That's just not the
I've
smartest.
gotten up at
You ain't a real hooper then.
I've left my house at 2 in the morning to go play basketball in November.
But I think football.
We was hooping like
I
that.
think the reason I disagree so much is because football is the one sport where it's like it's the warrior sport, bro. Like, of course, I grew up a Patriot fan, so all the best football in that era It was 28 degrees, snowing. Niggas can't feel their hands.
I don't
where
know.
real men
I just
are
hate how
made.
it makes a team one dimensional.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like
last night, if it was raining like that all game, Ravens might control the whole game.
See, but that's why I disagree. But you know what? It may come down to my Peyton and Tom Brady thing because people. You can't throw the ball. It's snowing. Tom Brady has no problem throwing the ball outdoors in any weather.
If it was indoors, Peyton Manning would have won a couple more Super Bowls.
See?
Because it should have been indoors because weather should not impact sports.
See?
I feel that way. Like I feel that.
These are $100 million athletes, and you telling me to go cut while it is raining outside and snowing on the ground? No, I'm not trying to see.
That's what I think.
Like we talk about QB skills, I think being able to throw through the wind is a skill. I think Mahomes being able to sling the ball in a rainstorm
that was the whole
is
thing
a
with
skill.
Josh Allen.
That's cool for sure.
I
But
think that's
I don't think he should
have.
have to do that.
Agreed.
I don't think he
Especially
should
in
have
the playoffs. It's a playoff
Especially
game.
in the playoffs or the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's why they always put the Super Bowl down there in warm weather cities.
This is so.
I remember. Hold on.
I
Do you
will
remember the
agree.
year that they knew it was going to rain in the Super Bowl, and the whole 2 months leading up to the Super Bowl, it was like it's going to rain in the Super Bowl and ruin the Super Bowl, and then it rained and everybody was mad about it. That's what I'm pointing
What
to.
Super Bowl was that?
It was 10 years ago. It was a while.
I
ago.
know,
They reigned in the Peyton Super
We
Bowl,
was
and
kids.
the aura was crazy.
I know it rained that Colts Bears Super Bowl.
And the aura was
might have been
crazy.
that one. Like,
Devin
it was
Hester
something-
ran the
Oh, was it,
kickback. Yeah, that was.
Yeah,
raining
it
in
was
Super
that.
Bowl.
I think it did rain that Super Bowl.
And they
that
talked
Super Bowl
about
was great.
all week or for 2-3 weeks it was gonna rain. It was gonna rain. It's a big deal. It was gonna rain. They need to put the stadiums and they need to move the Super Bowl indoors so the weather can't affect it. Like I agree with that. Like I don't think we don't play 16, 17, 18 weeks of football. Niggas torn ACLs. We out here dying for this shit, and we get to the NFC Championship game and our whole game plan ruined because it's 1
snowing.
degree and snowing.
Why
in
is the
Green Bay.
game? Why is the game plan ruined?
Because we can't do what we want to do.
Why not?
Because
just imagine Miami
But
next to
why-
the Super Bowl.
no,
It's
but
like the
that's
weather's
exactly.
But
Imagine,
why can't you do it?
imagine if the Dolphins have to go to
Kansas City again.
Baltimore.
Yeah, that's called home field. That's my thing. Win more regular season games. Peyton should have won more Super Bowls. Win more regular season games. Get the game at home. That's
Or-
home field advantage.
Home
That's
field advantage. Home field advantage is the fans. It's not home city advantage.
See,
It's
not
not home weather.
It's not home climate
But
advantage.
this is why I disagree. This is why, because you look at a team like Seattle, they were one of the first teams that built a stadium a specific way to get both sides of their home field advantage. Because usually they'll go one or two ways. Either we're going to have a dome like Atlanta or New Orleans, and you can't hear, or we're going to play outdoors, Green Bay, Pittsburgh, New England, and you have to deal with the outdoor weather. You really don't.
Even the home team doesn't want to deal with that.
But that's my thing. Yes, they
Like
do.
players be trying to act fake tough, taking their shirt off before
Bro,
the
that shit
game
make
with a
me
ski
mad as
mask
hell.
on when it's
I'm
0
like,
degrees.
what
You're
is the shirt on?
cold.
That's
You're
fucking-
cold.
That's man
fucking
shit.
You're
shirt on.
freezing.
That's man shit.
Nipples hard as hell.
Man,
Put a
listen,
shirt on.
It's an American tradition. We go eat Thanksgiving. We watch the football on
Do you
TV.
eat that? Do you eat your Thanksgiving food outside? No, it's cold.
But you know what you do right after Thanksgiving? You go outside and you throw the football.
I have not been outside on Thanksgiving in about 15
Y'all don't play.
years.
Y'all don't do
I
football.
have.
No.
No football.
We used to.
You were used to for sure.
And it
I'm
wasn't
grown.
60
I'm
degrees.
not a child now.
But it wasn't 60 degrees.
As a
I was
child,
in 7th grade, bro.
matter of fact, when was the last time you played football? Have you played?
like a game of football.
Yeah, like real football. Have you ever
Last
been
time.
hit when it's cold outside?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is a different type of. No,
Yes,
I'm not
that's
trying to play
playoff
that.
football.
No, I'm
That's
not trying to play
playoff
that, bro.
football.
All right, that was fun. That was
But
fun.
fam, listen. Before we get off it, getting hit by Ray Lewis in 06 going across the middle in Baltimore in 20-degree weather,
Man,
that's
please.
football.
I might have died.
That's football.
All right,
Get up.
That's enough to kill a man.
Yes.
the Bears. We are. It's a Super Bowl pick.
It's Super Bowl attendance pick.
Lions fan in attendance. I would like to talk to you about how you feel about the Bears, Caleb Wilson, the hype. Are you worried about it? Do you think they're a threat to y'all, or do you think it's just another rookie quarterback?
I'm just a little worried because Caleb is more than a one-dimensional quarterback, and they got 3 weapons. But I'm hearing
2.5.
Kind of hefty.
They say he 230.
I was finna say they say he weigh more than me, so I mean I don't know. That's a little iffy.
Yo,
But it's still
he fat
it
on
depends
Madden.
what the identity is going to be. Like I said, Detroit we gotta improve the secondary. That's what it's going to come down to. Because
Y'all gotta
the
score.
Bears they were in some winnable games last year.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't watch too much of them, so I don't know what the big scale is between Justin Fields and Caleb Williams. So
Unfortunately, the gap is huge.
And the thing I think a lot of people are forgetting about the Bears is they weren't the worst team in the league. That's not why they got the number 1 pick. They got the number 1 pick from the Panthers. So a lot of people are acting.
They could have beat us last year.
They were like, I think they went like 7-10 last year.
They almost made the
They
playoffs.
did.
They almost made the playoffs.
Yeah, so-
But I will pose this because, of course, like Dan mentioned, they're my Super Bowl pick for the NFC. How many quarterbacks do you think are better than Caleb now? Just
Kirk
today.
Cousins.
12.
12.
Who do we? Is he
Bro,
better
can
than-
we stop acting like Caleb Williams is just some dude
No,
we ain't
he's
never seen,
special.
bro?
No, he's special.
He's special.
He's special.
Yes.
Who the
No.
12? Who the 12?
I'm not denying that he is
So we
special.
said this in the chat.
But-
Is he better than Brock? Because we
But
named
he's-
him.
yes.
He was better than Brock
I'm
last
not doing it. No, he's better than Brock. He's better than Tua. He's better than
He was better than Brock.
He's better than Jalen Hurts.
He's not better than Jalen Hurts yet.
He's better than
I gotta
Jalen
see.
Hurts.
He might be
I
better
have
than
to-
Jalen Hurts.
I have to. This is the thing. I think it
gotta
is
see.
disrespectful. I think it is disrespectful to come in here and sit and call these and have these grown men that have been dying behind this.
So that if you're gonna say that, you have to put Caleb Williams at like 28. Then you gotta just say he's the best rookie. You can't say he's better than no pro quarterback then because you haven't seen him do
Yes,
it.
the fuck you can. 'Cause
No, you can't.
I can see that. I can see that.
but
But I'm
wh-
saying no. This is my point because I've seen him say he's better than Lamar Jackson. That's out of
He's
this
not better than
world.
Lamar.
I've seen him. People say he's better than Jordan Love. That's
So
crazy.
where do you
I've
draw
seen him-
where do you draw the line at then? Because you have to draw the line
at the
somewhere.
quarterbacks that are obviously and have been winning in this league for a long time because of them, or they just have an exorbitant amount of talent, a la Jordan Love.
What
Like,
about Trevor Lawrence?
Trevor Lawrence? See, I can use that as an argument. That's cool with me. I'm talking about the people, the Nick Wrights of the world that have him as a top 5, top 7.
No, he's not.
That's
where I was
my
going.
issue.
That's where I was going.
That's where my issue.
I think he's a top 5, top 7 quarterback.
That is
you don't.
ridiculous.
I
That's
do. No, you
ridiculous,
don't.
bro.
Man,
That's,
listen, and this is how I frame
You
it.
can't think that.
And
You cannot think
this
that.
is
It's
how I
insane.
frame it. This is how I frame it. When
he went 5 for 10 for 20 in the preseason.
So you think he's better than
bro.
Joe Burrow right now?
No, but this is how I framed it when I picked the Bears. I said, wild card weekend. Will there be 7 quarterbacks you want on your team more than Caleb Williams?
It's
By
not-
wild card weekend.
But that's
We
not,
don't know that, though.
That's
We don't
not.
know
no,
yet.
I'm just asking your opinion.
That's not the basis of how you pick a game though. A lot of shit gotta go right just for you to win the game. And just because I would take Caleb over Brock Purdy, but I'm not taking them. I'm not. San Francisco was beating the Bears in the playoffs.
I don't know that.
I would consider taking. You crazy. I would consider
I don't
taking.
even know, we don't even know how good the 49ers are going to be this next year.
They
got a
they
Caleb over
they
Deshaun?
going at least to the yeah.
They're not taking a step back, bro. They're gonna be the same team.
They going at
thought
least
that
get to
about
the
the
division.
Eagles.
The only thing that's
Well, they got Jalen Hurts the quarterback and
And-
he's a running back.
and
So.
who's Brock Purdy?
They don't have Kyle Shannon.
And Christian McCaffrey got an Achilles
I was
injury
literally
right now.
about to say Christian McCaffrey stops everything.
That's
I want
what
you to
I'm
know
saying. That's
they
what
lose
I'm
any,
saying.
but that's not fair. If
football.
If they lose DJ Moore, the Bears are not good anymore.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No,
No,
they're not. No, they're not.
Have you
No,
watched
they're
Keenan
not.
Allen play football in the past 3 years?
Keenan Allen's not even wide
And
receiver.
how do we know Mac Eberflus can coach?
We don't. That's the thing. We don't know he can coach. They are not.
So
a
how
DJ
are you picking them
No,
to go to the Super Bowl?
They're not a DJ Moore injury away from not being good.
Yes, they are.
Yes, they
Oh,
are.
let me finish. DJ Moore is not in the same galaxy as importance of Christian McCaffrey. We're not going to conflate those.
But
two.
That's not
they're
what I'm saying.
No, that's
Yes-
what you just
hold
said.
on, yes,
You-
he
I
is.
said
Yes, he
Christian-
is. Yes,
no,
he is. Yes, he
Christian
is.
McCaffrey
To
was
that
valuable
team, yes,
player
he
to-
is.
To Christian McCaffrey?
Yeah. If any team,
Christian McCaffrey's a
if
10, he's an 8. That's why.
look, listen. If any team,
What?
Listen. All right, is Amon-Ra St. Brown in the same galaxy as Christian?
No.
McCaffrey? If Amon-Ra St. Brown goes down, are the Lions still gonna be the same team?
No.
No. I didn't say the same team. Y'all
If,
said they.
if any team loses their wide receiver one, they're gonna
Fall off.
No, that's the difference. They will fall off. If the Bears lose DJ Moore, they will be worse. If the 49ers lose Christian McCaffrey, we don't know if they're a good team.
they're gonna make the playoffs.
How do we know that?
They're gonna make the playoffs.
How do we know that?
They have.
How do we know
they
that the
have-
Bears are gonna make the playoffs?
They have 6 more. They would make the playoffs off of their defense alone, bro.
But I think
The 49ers are good as hell, bro. You tripping? You are tripping. Like
They might not be a Super Bowl team, but they might be a playoff
They
team.
might not even win a playoff game without Christian McCaffrey, but they're still getting to the playoffs.
And you gotta remember they're in a weak division as well.
No, they're not.
The Cardinals are not going to be
The
Cardinals
good.
are not-
Seahawks will be good. The Rams will be good.
The Rams will
and
not be good this year.
Rams will-
Rams will
The
be
Rams will not be
amazing.
good
I got
this
Seattle
year.
as a sleeper team.
The Rams will not be
Listen,
good. The
I-
Rams will be 7-10 this year.
I agree. DJ Moore
8 and 9
is
at the
important.
best.
I agree. DJ Moore is important, and they need all of them to do what I'm talking about. But if Christian McCaffrey missed 4 games, the 49ers might miss the playoffs.
That's not true.
And if DJ Moore misses 4 games, the Bears might miss the playoffs.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, if Amon-Ra St. Brown goes down for 6 games, it's going to be a real chance the Lions miss the playoffs.
I don't think
when
so.
you have your whole offense built around one specific player, and that specific player
I don't think the Lions' offense is built just around Amon-Ra St. Brown.
But he is the focal point
of their offense,
But
like DJ Moore is for
Yeah,
the Bears.
1,500 yards last year.
He's their focal point for 17 games. But if Amon-Ra St. Brown sprained an ankle and their coach walks in and say, you know what, we're going to run the ball with the best offensive line in the league for 4 games, I think they might be okay for 4 games.
But it's a little different because the defenses are going to defend it differently because you don't have that threat in the slot no more.
But that's football. You got the best offensive line in the league. Y'all want to stop the run? Stop the run. But there are teams. Listen, niggas get injured in football a lot.
Yeah, they
a
do.
sprained ankle is going to ruin almost any teams except for a couple people. Christian McCaffrey, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, MVPs, yes. Number 1 wide receivers, you can make a couple weeks without them.
But can the Bears, though? Can the Bears?
You think the Bears, with a rookie quarterback, can lose
Their number 1 receiver.
Their number 1 receiver, the receiver he's going to be relying on. Hold on, let me finish. The receiver, I'm having so much fun. The receiver that he's relying on, you think that's less of a significant blow than them losing Brock Purdy for 4 games with Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, and Deebo Samuel? They can put Deebo Samuel at running back. I meant to say Brandon Ayuk. I said Brock Purdy. I'm sorry. Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, and Deebo as your weapons. You think the 49ers and Kyle Shanahan couldn't make that work for 4 games? But DJ Moore, his number 1 receiver as a rookie, losing him midway through the season, having your safety target, that's not going to affect him?
This is why. Because Mark Andrews was the number 1 receiving threat for the Ravens, and he got hurt. What happened? You have a superstar quarterback. It's okay.
We don't know if Caleb Williams is.
You don't know. That's cool. Listen. We don't know. But I know Brock Purdy's not a superstar quarterback.
But you do know he can manage the game with that defense.
And you do know Kyle Shanahan is a superstar play caller.
Yeah.
And he can get anybody. He had Jimmy G in a fucking Super Bowl, dog.
Had Matt Ryan as MVP.
With no Christian McCaffrey. With Elijah Mitchell in running back and Jimmy G. He had them in the Super Bowl with the same weapons they got now. Come on, dog.
Julio Jones on the team, and that defense was way better up front in their front 7. The 49ers offensive line is not great. Their defensive line is old. It's not great. Their corners are ass. The 49ers are not loaded as
their front 7 is very good. They got the best linebacker in football. They got the best outside linebacker.
Whoa.
But listen, second or third best outside linebacker in football.
Drake Greenlaw's hurt.
And
Roquan Smith will be respected.
And Nick Bosa.
Go Dogs.
I do think Roquan might be better than Fred, but top 2 linebacker football, top 2 outside linebacker football, top 5 defensive line right end. You have a good left end, and your left side of your offensive line is very good, and that's where they run to. So acting like Christian McCaffrey is just a ginormous loss that the 49ers can never come back from, and DJ Moore is not that from the Bears is crazy. Because the Bears got a rookie quarterback, and we have seen the 49ers win without Christian McCaffrey. When Christian McCaffrey got there, they was going to the playoffs.
So this is my thing. If it was, could the Cowboys survive a CeeDee Lamb injury?
No, they can't.
No, they can't. Because CeeDee Lamb's a top 2 wide. Could the Vikings survive? I don't think I don't think DJ Moore is far and away the best Bears wide receiver to the point.
Please.
Wait, let me finish. I don't think he's the best Bears wide receiver to the point that you can't say, hey, DJ Moore's out these 4 games. Rome Odunze, can you run this thing?
He's a
they
rookie.
have Brock Purdy was in the NFC Championship as a rookie. CJ Stroud was in the divisional round as a rookie.
You put a lot of trust into rookies though. Like those are anomalies. Those are anomalies.
See, that's where I disagree. Rookie quarterbacks, it's not like 07 where you draft.
No, I'm talking about Rome Odunze.
Randy Moss was the best wide receiver day 1 in the league. Jamar Chase was
These
a
are
all-pro
anomalies. These are anomalies.
Top 5 receiver ever, bro.
These are anomalies.
Jamar Chase, Amon-Ra St. Brown.
He wasn't. Amon-Ra wasn't a top 5. These weren't top 5 guys on their first day though.
DJ Moore's not a top 5, 10 receiver.
Yes, he's top 10.
He's borderline top 10.
Borderline.
He's top 10, no question.
So he's borderline top 10 in his position.
So listen to me.
But if they lose him, they have no chance.
You're missing the point. He's their best player.
He's not their best player.
I just don't know Chicago's identity as an offense.
If Drake London goes down for 4 games, the Falcons are in trouble.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Behind better than.
Hold on. Who is the Bears' best player?
Caleb Williams.
Oh, I'm not
haven't
talking
seen
about.
it yet,
He's not. But I'm not talking about the
He
quarterback.
could
I'm
be,
talking
but you
outside
gotta-
of the quarterback.
Jalen Johnson.
We're talking about on offense.
I'm not talking about offense. DJ Moore is the best football player on that team, dog.
On
DJ Moore
offense,
was on the Panthers, and niggas was like,
DJ
God,
Moore
damn,
is a
this
bad
nigga
boy.
nice,
DJ
boy.
Moore is a very talented wide receiver. I'm not taking nothing away.
He
from
is
DJ
borderline
Moore.
top 10
But
for
that
sure.
Bears roster is loaded. They can.
They're
DJ
not
Moore,
loaded.
So
They're
you're telling me
just good.
Wait, so DJ
Why do
Moore
we
can't?
keep saying it's a loaded roster? It is not.
They have
are
three number
good.
one. They have three great wide receivers.
They have
Keenan-
three.
Is
they have
Keenan
two-
great in
They have
2024?
one great wide receiver and two. One that might be really good, and another one that's old and has been hurt. He's hurt right now, not even playing game one.
Is Keenan Allen still great?
No!
I think in that role he'll be great. I think going.
But his role changes if DJ Moore gets hurt.
No. His role as a slot receiver will not change. I don't think like we joked. He's 230. He doesn't need to be 210 to run the routes he's running.
Oh, yes,
anyway.
you do.
Yes, you do.
You still got to be settled in the slot. You still got to have some quickness to you. Can't.
Listen,
You can't
I
just.
watched Julian Edelman run them routes. Until
He was quick. He was not fast. He was very
not
quick.
in 2019 when he won Super Bowl MVP.
He was quick. You got to know how to. You got.
It wasn't. It's
You know
not
what I'm saying?
about. It's about quick.
He was
He was
not.
quick.
It's about
in and
the
out-
feet.
It was quick.
You don't eat
in and
without
out of
the
his
feet.
breaks. He was quick in and out of his breaks. He was one of the best route runners Brady ever had. No,
And look,
he's the best receiver ever had.
Like you say, one of the best route runners. Keenan job, Julian Edelman job, Cole Kmet job. All these people who are not fast. Keenan Allen is going to get open because he understands defensive zones. So he's always going to be able to run down 10 yards, turn around, sit in the zone like he just did in the preseason, and catch the ball.
He always had an elite release though. Your
So-
release is gonna get worse the more weight you gain because you're slowing down.
But he's not going to have number 1, 2, or 3 corner him. But my question is, so I just want to make sure I'm hearing this right. If DJ Moore twists an ankle, it's over for the Bears for 4 games.
That's not what I said.
So okay, so I just want let's
what I'm
specify
saying.
about the 49ers,
Let's
and I said
specify.
that's not true.
Let's specify.
I'm with you
If
on the 49ers.
DJ Moore missed 4 games, they go 0-4.
No,
They're going 1-3.
But if the 49ers miss Christian McCaffrey 4 games, they're not going 0-4.
Maybe I don't know that.
I think they can go 2-2. I think.
I don't.
That's what I'm. That's
I
all
don't-
I've been
we don't-
saying.
we
I haven't
don't
been
know
saying
that.
Christian McCaffrey isn't more important to the
Then
49ers.
we got to speak
All
about
I
which
have been
part
saying
of the
is-
schedule it would be too. Who are they playing in these 4 games? Because all that type of stuff matters.
I
as well.
agree. That's why I'm saying if someone is hurt for a couple games, you can sustain it. The whole team just doesn't. Oh shit, DJ Moore hurt.
And I
It's
said the
not
same
you
thing
can
about
do.
the 49ers.
But what
You
I'm
acting
saying-
like I was crazy.
What I'm-
Trying to replace Mr. Christian McCaffrey is something we have never seen. Christian McCaffrey walked out the door in the Panthers, and they were the worst team we've ever seen.
They suck with him too though.
They sucked with him.
No. That's just a difference though between being bad and like y'all said with DJ Moore. You could look at Christian McCaffrey and be like, he's head and shoulders the best player on this Panthers team, easy. He walked out the door. They're terrible. Christian
Moore-
McCaffrey is head and shoulders the most important player on the 49ers outside of Trent Williams, maybe.
I was about to say outside of Trent Williams.
Okay, if Trent Williams missed 4 games, how do they do?
Not very good. Not very good. Not very good.
But you still got Brock Purdy. You still got.
Oh,
Debo Samuel.
I think
you
losing,
can't put Debo on left tackle.
I think if the Bears lose their left tackle, they're in big trouble. I think losing your star left tackle is a big difference than losing a running back that you can replace because your zone scheme is so good and you have a receiver that you can put at running back. They could realistically put Debo at running back for the 4 games Christian is out and move the rookie that just got shot. Prayers up to the Paracel and use Kittle and the backup type, and I can't think his name slipped in my mind right now, and use it 2 times in set. There's many ways for them to overcome.
Listen,
left tackle not the same.
This is.
I got 3 minutes, by the way.
This is my thing. We talked about Keenan Allen looking the way he looked physically. We not gonna talk about Debo. Oh, we just not gonna talk about how Debo looked physically.
Oh, that's why I said running back.
How Debo? No. How Debo's not fast. He has no explosion at all left in them
not true.
legs.
That's not true.
He has no explosion left. Debo cannot separate.
Did you not see him against the Eagles last year?
The Eagles, the worst defense in the league? The worst.
So he can't separate, but when he separates now, it don't matter.
Okay, Debo can score against college teams, I'm sure.
The Eagles were not a college team. The Eagles
They
were not a
look like
college
a college
team. They were
team.
in the professional football league
They-
with a bunch
listen,
of professional NFL players, and he was breaking away from them. And then I just watched receiver, so he had to break away receiver. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Listen, I watched him against a good team. He couldn't get off the line of scrimmage in the most important game of the year. He can't separate in the preseason. He can't separate against niggas who got jobs today. He couldn't separate in the preseason.
I'm not taking all-pro Debo Samuel in preseason.
What year was he was all-pro wide receiver last year?
Oh, I don't know if he's ever. I'm just saying, like,
when was
all
the
pro
last
talent.
Now listen, my thing with the 49ers is Debo getting kind of old, Kittle getting kind of old, Trent Williams 36, Christian McCaffrey
like 27, 28.
No, but Debo's a running back wide receiver 28. Debo does not. If Debo has to play wide receiver every play for the rest of his career, it will not be a long career. He is not a wide receiver. You're lining up and say, "Hey, Debo, 3rd and 5, we need you to win."
He's a specialist. Debo's a specialist.
And how long does
I think
specialists
Debo
play?
can win on the slant. 3rd and 5.
I watched him. He couldn't get off the line of scrimmage.
I think Debo finna surprise.
Listen,
you.
I think if
real hard. I think he's real hard on.
So you think Debo's done?
I think he's almost done.
I don't think Debo's
Almost
done
done and
yet.
done, not the same thing.
Oh, well, I think
Kobe was almost done in 2010. Still got it done.
I think if Brock Purdy has to drop back and pass for 45 plays, you win the game. If there's no Christian McCaffrey, I think if you put the ball in Brock Purdy's hands for 45 plays, no CMC, you win the game.
And we're gonna pause here. Yo, we are back. My apologies. I'm important now in my job.
Big
so
business shit
I had
going
to.
I mean, Sam Darnold now.
I'm on PTO. I'm on PTO actually. Like I'm not even supposed to be on work, but like the meeting was so important, I didn't have a choice. It was like, oh my god.
Real important.
So you damn near like the CFO.
No. I wish.
So you were always on the clock, even when you're not on the clock.
Kind of like, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's how it is for me too.
And then they put you on salary when they do that. But yeah, we back. We were talking about the 49ers. I think now we have done a lot of debate and a lot of arguing. I think it's now time to discuss the playoff teams.
Yeah.
I've told y'all what teams are important, and I feel like we're going to hit the important teams when we talk about the playoffs, so anybody we didn't hit will get hit now, pause. And I will ask you guys, we'll start with the NFC. Me and Ish have our list ready already, so we'll go first. But I do want to know y'all's 7 playoff teams in order. If you can't put it in order, that's perfectly fine. And then after, give me your NFC championship and your MVP. All right. With my NFC picks, with the number 1 seed, I have the Detroit Lions. I think their schedule is not terribly tough. But what the real advantage is what we spoke on earlier, is them playing 14 games in a dome. Yeah. Jared Goff and that offense will be surgical. Right. And they have a top 5 most complete team in the NFL right now. At number 2, I have the Atlanta Falcons. Barely sneaking out and getting this 2nd seed. I think the Falcons, they have the easiest schedule this year, and that will be very beneficial for them because they will get a home playoff game. If they get the number 2 seed, they'll get 2 home playoff games, and this Atlanta home field advantage will be very beneficial for them, and Kirk Cousins being able to play at home and not having to go on road in the prime time, that will help them a lot. At number 3, I have the 49ers. Number 4, I have the Eagles winning that division. So those are my division winners: Lions, Falcons, 49ers, Eagles. And then my wild card in the 5 seed or 6 seed, I have the Packers. In the 6 seed or 5 seed, I have the Rams. And then my 7 seed is Barry's sleeper team. I don't know if y'all heard him say that, but this team has a very easy schedule. Just got the best defensive coordinator in the league. The Seattle Seahawks will be the 7th seed in the playoffs.
So you don't have the Cowboys making the playoffs?
I do not.
You got the Bears making
Have you looked at the Cowboys schedule? Cowboys schedule is very tough. I think the NFC is going to be very good. I also think they'll lose the tiebreakers against the teams that I named in front of them. And there is something, you not showing you got faith in your quarterback by paying him is an issue that he feels like he's going to have to press all year. Your quarterback is on a 1-year contract, your coach is on a 1-year contract, and your star receiver just did not participate in training camp at all. I think that is a ship waiting to sink.
Got you. It's a little weird, Jerry acting like this. He acting like he's gonna, nobody got a contract. You know what's up? Nobody. He acting like he finna, I ain't gonna say that on here, but
kick the bucket.
Yeah, for real. Like he acting like it's over.
and my NFC championship, I'm not sure right now. I want to say the Lions and Falcons really bad. But the way my playoffs are lined up, in the second round, the Falcons would play the 49ers, and I just don't know if they have enough to beat the 49ers. So right now, I'm going to go to Lions and 49ers as a rematch for the NFC Championship.
We should do like NFC and then AFC, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to do – I think the Falcons are going to be the 1 seed. I think they're going to have the easiest schedule. I think they're going to have the easiest division. I think they're going to be much improved everywhere. I think this in the NFL, like as opposed to the NBA, like this is the league where teams go from bad to like amazing. I think they'll be the 1 seed. 2, I'm gonna have the Rams. I think the Rams win that division. I think they'll be really 2 through 7 in the NFC is really not super spread out because I think a bunch of teams are going to beat up on each other. So I got the Falcons, I got the Rams. After that, I got Falcons, Rams. Oh yeah. Lions third. I think they're going to win the division. I think schedule at home. Ben Johnson's coming back. Last, I got the Eagles. And then for my wild card, 49ers, Bears, and that last one.
That last one was so tough for me, bro.
I'm gonna say the Seahawks, bro. I'm big on the Seahawks.
And the Seahawks were good last year and right on the playoffs last year, and they got better. They got better in the offseason. They said DK changed his diet and has to slim down. Yeah. That defense got another. They were a very young defense last year. They got the best defensive coordinator and then got older, another year of experience. They drafted well this year.
Mm-hmm.
They have 2 number 1 receivers maybe if JSN pans out how we think about a borderline Pro Bowl running back, and then they have a decent defensive offensive line. So
NFC Championship game, I'm gonna go. I think it's the Bears and the Rams. I think the Falcons gonna have the 1 seed. They're gonna play indoors. I think they're gonna lose divisional weekend with Kirk Cousins because of Kirk Cousins. But yeah, I think it's gonna be Bears Rams, NFC Championship.
Okay, it's done.
The 1 seed, I like the Lions. The 2 seed, 49ers.
Okay.
3 seed, Falcons. And the 4th seed, I like the Eagles. 5th seed, I like the Cowboys. 6th seed, I like the I like Green Bay in the 6th seed. And the 7th seed, I like Chicago.
Oh, that's interesting.
NFC Championship, I got the Falcons.
Yeah, look into the camera.
I like the Falcons beating the Packers.
Nice. Wow. Nice.
I like the Falcons beating the Packers in the NFC Championship.
Getting that revenge.
All right.
Getting that revenge.
And did we say MVP as well? Or
yeah. I did say that.
League MVP?
Yeah.
I think Josh Allen gonna win MVP this year.
15 is my MVP this year.
I'm going to stick with my original pick and go CJ Stroud. I think that offense is going to be dynamic this year. Barry?
All right, I'm going 1 seed. I'm going with Detroit, of course. 2 seed, I think Atlanta. That's a weak division, so they might coast through there pretty good. Then we never know with San Francisco. CMC might not play week 1, even though I drafted him. Debo, they just mentioned it. Ayuk, he just got paid. He's going to have that same hunger.
Yep.
They missing their second best linebacker got hurt Super Bowl.
Yep.
So they might. I still got to win the division though. So there's my 3 seed, 4 seed. I have Philly. Weak division. Who is Daniel Jones?
Facts.
I like Jaden Daniels, but it's just too early. They don't have a lot of weapons.
Mm-hmm.
So then I might go Dallas 5th seed. 5th seed, yeah. Call me crazy. I might be rocking Seattle 6th seed, and then call me crazy. Either New Orleans or Arizona, sleeper team for the 7th seed.
You ain't looked at New Orleans schedule. I mean, you ain't looked at Arizona schedule. We had this conversation 2 shows ago, bro.
Oh yeah, we tried.
The Cardinals were my sleeper team. I was like, bro, they sleeping on Kyler. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. gonna be real nice. I think Josh Gannon as a coach is gonna be very good. Yeah. And then I looked at their schedule. Yeah. They got a 10-week stretch that is nuts, bro. Yeah. And it just was like, all right, they can't get through that and come out a playoff team. But MVP,
I'm going with Goff, 5,000 yards.
Okay, I love it.
Greatest show on turf part 2.
I love it.
Okay, I see. Yeah, 40. I thought the Cardinals had a decent schedule, but no,
bro. That's
let me pose this to the room. What does Jared Goff have to do to be a Hall of Famer?
Win a Super Bowl.
Okay.
Win a Super Bowl and he has to win a Super Bowl and play 2 or 3 MVPs.
What?
What has he done? He's never been All Pro.
He's been to a Super Bowl.
That's it.
He was an All Pro that year that he threw 5,000.
No.
Damn.
That was Mahomes. Remember? Because that was the year they had that crazy ass game, and Mahomes. That was the year Mahomes threw for 5,000.
I never thought I would hit Jared Goff in Hall of Fame in the same sentence.
It's closer than you think.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. Not until he's won
It
one.
shouldn't be.
Well, he's only 30.
Jared
so
Goff numbers are crazy though. Like, that's what I'm
I think he
saying.
just turned 30. So give me 5 more years of 4,000 yard passing, good interception touchdown ratio. We make the playoffs. He might make the Hall. It's like because I'm. If I tell you 2 people I hate in the Hall of Fame on the NBA side, I think it's on the NFL side too.
But it's harder to get into the NFL Hall of Fame than
It
the
is.
basketball Hall of Fame.
It is, and he hasn't won nothing.
Like I don't even think Matt Ryan is a Hall of Famer, so I can't think that Jared Goff.
See,
is
that's
one.
where we disagree. I think unfortunately Matt Ryan. If I would say this, if Matt Ryan's Hall of Famer, Jared Goff.
But see, people
This-
tell me Phillips a Hall of Famer.
I don't think he is. This is the way I look at the Hall of Fame. Not to get off track or anything, go off on a tangent, but I look at the Hall of Fame as can you tell the story of your era without you winning?
Yeah.
I think you can tell the story of Matt Ryan's era without mentioning Matt
Easy.
Ryan.
I agree with you, but see that's the thing.
I disagree.
What?
You can't not mention the best Super Bowl ever. He was a part of that, and he led the team and won MVP that year.
But
And
you speak on him in a negative light,
I
though.
also think another person that
That's not a
is a
positive thing.
borderline Hall of Famer, and by your standards would be a Hall of Famer is Cam Newton, but he got worse numbers than all of them that we naming. Cam Newton, you can't tell the story of the NFL without Cam Newton. Cam Newton changed the NFL.
Yes, you can.
Cam Newton changed the NFL.
No, he didn't.
You can say that about Michael Vick too. Like he changed.
Exactly.
You
He changed.
can't say that shit about you. You cannot tell the story of the NFL without mentioning.
First of all, you have to have the-
Warren
you have to
Warren
have-
Moon, Michael Vick, and Cam Newton.
You have to have the
fucking cannot.
you have to have the accolades and stats first before we start talking about the story. My bad for not prefacing that with that.
I still
Cam
think you-
Newton is
you
Cam
can
Newton
for
is not a
sure
Hall of
tell
Famer
the
at all.
story of the NFL without Cam Newton.
And I love Cam
You
Newton.
have
Sal
to be
Fulton. You know what I'm
absolutely
saying?
cannot.
I love
Absolutely
Cam.
cannot. Because Cam Newton's impact on the NFL. Look at the quarterbacks in the NFL now. That's because of Cam Newton.
No,
and
it is
Michael Vick.
not.
Yes, it is.
See, look, you
No,
threw
it's
Mike
not.
Vick at the tail of that. It's because of Vic.
Because it's because of both of them. It was Vic, and then when the shit with
If you
Vic
can-
wouldn't happen,
if you can-
hold on. When the shit with Vic wouldn't happen, it was like, oh no, do we trust him? Because Donovan McNabb was with them. They didn't have nobody else that was really for the culture. And then Cam Newton came in and made you start calling plays, looking at football in a different way. That is factual.
That's
I
not
have followed
true.
this nigga's career.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
If
bro.
you can tell the story of the NFL without Steve McNair, you can tell it without Cam Newton. I'm sorry.
Tell me
If you can tell it without Steve McNair, you can tell it without Cam
tell
Newton.
Tell me how you mentioned how the quarterbacks.
The same way you just didn't
Stop,
mention
I didn't finish
you didn't
it.
mention
You
Aaron
didn't- I didn't
McNair.
ask
We
you
don't
that.
have to
I didn't ask
mention
you
Cam
that.
Newton.
Tell me how you mentioned the story of the NFL and you mentioned how the offensive switched and went to all of these mobile quarterbacks and these dynamic quarterbacks without mentioning the one that fucking started.
He
that
didn't
shit in
start it.
2011.
He didn't start it.
Who started that shit?
Michael Vick started it.
And
Steve
then who
McNair
came
started
after
it.
him?
Dante Culpepper started it. What are we talking about?
Let me interject.
Them niggas was not running power reads with their quarterback.
Because
That
the
wasn't
college
happening.
game started it, not Cam Newton. The college game
And Cam
started
Newton
the change.
brought it from the college to the NFL.
But he was the first
he
one to do it
did.
in college.
But he was not. But he was the one that made it known. And he was the
No,
one
he did
that
not.
put that shit on the map.
No, he
Who
did
was
not.
it then? Tell me.
Let me ask
No, he
you.
did not.
Then tell me who did it. Then tell me. I'm asking you. You're not saying.
Let
You
me
said
tell you.
no.
Let me tell you. So, I think the rise of the running quarterback is not purely Cam Newton because it was running quarterback before Cam Newton, but
Cam Newton is just the face of
Tim-
it. He was the face of the
Tim
ball.
Tebow was
What
the
that
first-
is.
Tim Tebow was the first QB I saw run power. That's all I'm saying. Tim Tebow was the first QB I saw be a power running QB.
Well,
what I'm
Tim
saying
Tebow's in the
is-
college football Hall of Fame where he
What I'm saying is,
That's true. But also, when we talk about mobile quarterbacks, like you said, 2011, it was black mobile quarterbacks way before that. That's why we're saying
David Garrard
He
was
does
both.
not have to be the one you say because Cam Newton is not the best mobile quarterback. He's not.
He does. Yes, he does because he brought in and he ushered in this generation of quarterbacks.
did not.
It is the same thing how Mike gets credit for ushering in Kobe and then Kobe gets credit in for ushering Devin Booker, even though Devin Booker is just in a way, an ascension of Michael Jordan because he's from Kobe and Kobe is an ascension from Michael. It is the same way. It is passed down by the torch.
don't
So
like
you
that.
mention it in each era.
It's
You
different.
mention-
It-
when you
those are
talk
two
about
different things,
football,
though.
when you talk about football, you're going to talk about this anomaly that came in 98 with Michael Vick and started running a 4-2 in the 40 and was beating corners to the edge and running through niggas in the middle of the field and running off
But
the field
Mike
in
Vick wasn't the
overtime.
first either.
And then, but he was the one that brought impact and brought it and was like, oh shit, this is a story. This is something that you can win with. And then you go to the 2010s, and what is winning in the quarterback quarterbacks. It's Brady's. It's Breeze. It's Manning. It's nothing but white quarterbacks stand tall in the pocket. That's all they drafted. Sam Bradford went number 1 in the draft. Mitch Trubisky went number 1 in the draft. That's all they was drafted. And then you get this big-ass nigga that's 6'5", the size of a defensive linebacker, running a 4.5 and a 40 at quarterback. And in a year and a half in the NFL, you start seeing quarterbacks running quarterback powers. You start seeing more of the read option. Who came right after Cam Newton? RG3, then Josh Allen, then your Lamar Jacksons, your Deshaun Watsons, your Justin Fields. They all came after Cam Newton because you looked at Cam Newton and saw that they can do this. Why did Anthony Richardson just get drafted? Because they saw the build that Cam Newton had. That's who they keep comparing it to. He's a young Cam Newton. If you get that type of build, we can win with them. He changed that shit, and y'all not going to tell me he did.
Okay, look. This is why I disagree, and I think you just proved my point. Cam Newton is 6'7", 6'10", 265, pure muscle. You're saying he ushered in a generation of Cam Newtons. There's never been another Cam Newton.
Josh Allen is literally Cam Newton.
He's better. He's better.
No. Josh Allen's a better passer.
We're
talking about strictly
player.
running the ball.
Josh
Allen, scheme-wise, has never been able to recreate what Cam did. He does it better than Cam. You mentioned, every area you talked about these anomalies. It was running quarterbacks like Steve McNair, Randall Cunningham, Steve Young. There were always great dual. Like Randall Cunningham was running the ball like a regular running back. Steve McNair won an MVP.
But the difference is that those stories didn't take Storm and create the boom it did.
Michael Vick did. Thank you.
Who is Michael Vick? Who came after Michael Vick? That was anywhere close to what Michael Vick did.
Lamar Jackson.
That was
Lamar Jackson.
My nigga, I just told y'all he came after Cam Newton. Nigga. He came. Lamar Jackson got drafted 25 years after Michael Vick.
That's not true. Let's not use hyperbole.
Wait. So just because Cam Newton got drafted closer to Lamar, he get credit for a nigga who plays nothing like him?
He played I'm not trying like to him. Listen. They ran where they faked the running back and pulled 2 guards. That's Cam Newton's play.
Listen, Daniel. I'm not trying to discredit Cam Newton. My whole thing is, with the evolution of quarterbacks, Cam Newton was a part of it. He was just a part of it.
He was a big part.
You know what I'm saying? He was a big part.
With the evolution of quarterbacks, if you talk about the evolution of quarterbacks, and he's one of the biggest parts of the evolution, you cannot tell the story of the NFL without mentioning him, one of the biggest parts of the evolution of quarterbacks.
Like I said,
what are you niggas talking about?
But you can't.
What I said is you have to have.
You won't be doing due diligence to the NFL if you don't mention.
Okay, but my thing is, if you mention Cam, why don't you have to mention all the other running quarterbacks who?
Man, you got to mention everybody.
Like that's my thing is like Cam Newton, 15-1 MVP, one of the biggest cultural quarterbacks icons we
How do you not mention that in the story of the NFL?
I got you. But there were other quarterbacks. Randall Cunningham, one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Steve Nair,
is Randall Cunningham a Hall of Famer?
If Cam is gonna get there, what you're saying is you have to mention him. If we have to mention Cam, we gotta mention all of them.
So let me ask you something. When did I say we didn't?
Okay, so
what I said is you have to
everybody.
What I said is you
so
have to
everybody
have
gets.
Yes, I think you have to mention the progression of the running quarterback in the NFL. When the best quarterbacks in the NFL are all mobile now. I think it's very important to mention how we got there.
Listen.
One of them people that you mentioned.
But Cam Newton isn't
the
type of quarterback you see this.
Him and Vic are the 2 biggest people.
But listen, you took what I said. You took my first comment out of context. I didn't say the history of the NFL. I said, can you describe Cam Newton's era without talking about Cam Newton?
Easy.
In the NFL.
Yeah.
I don't think you can not mention the guy that went 15
and what I
went
disagree
to the Super Bowl and won
with
MVP
your point today
with
about
no number 1 receiver. I don't think you can not mention that in his era.
What I disagree with is now Cam Newton is not getting Mahomes credit. Cam Newton is not getting the improviser type of QB credit because Cam Newton was not an improviser type of QB. Cam Newton was a mobile QB.
One of his best plays is an improvision against the Patriots.
Exactly. That wasn't a thing he did.
Yes, it was.
That wasn't a constant thing.
Yes, it was. I watched this nigga his entire career. I swear to God, and Cam Newton was improvising all the time. It was part of the reason.
Cam Newton isn't better than Josh Allen.
Yes, he is.
Let's go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off.
Yes, he is.
Cam Newton at the peak of his powers.
I think so.
It's not better than Josh.
So
it's not better than Josh Allen.
Let's do this. Hold on. At the peak of his powers,
Right.
Cam Newton won an MVP, which
cool.
Josh Allen has never done.
That's cool.
Cam Newton had the third lowest touchdown to interception ratio in the NFL, which Josh Allen has never done. At the peak of his power, Cam Newton was in a Super Bowl, which Josh Allen has never done.
But Josh Allen did not play against the same teams that Cam Newton played against that year. It's two different leagues.
I'm not done.
Would Cam Newton have won MVP that year if Lamar Jackson was in the NFL? If Patrick Mahomes was in the NFL? If Josh Allen was in the NFL?
Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, Matt Ryan were all in their prime. Stop talking, dog. Those are 3 of the 10 greatest quarterbacks ever.
They were in their prime.
MVP the next year.
They were in their prime. Matt Ryan is one of the greatest quarterbacks ever. No,
but he was like in his era. He's one of the 7 greatest quarterbacks of his era, and he was in his prime. And Brady was in his prime in 2015.
Tom Brady was not in his
Aaron
prime in
Rodgers was in his prime in 2015.
Tom Brady was not in his prime.
Tom Brady won the Super Bowl the next year, nigga.
That's his prime. That doesn't mean you're in your prime because you win the Super Bowl.
Tom Brady was absolutely in his prime.
But I think that was arguably the best era of the Patriots was 2011.
Wait, I think y'all are both right. I think what you're saying about him playing in the NFC and not having to play Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and those teams is important. But like Daniel said, y'all just told me Aaron Rodgers is a top 5 QB ever. Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, Tom Brady were in the league when Cam Newton won his MVP.
He had a great season, yes, but he's not a better quarterback than Josh Allen.
But that's not the question. The question is at the peak of their powers, who is better? Which means in the peak of his powers, Cam Newton had a better season than Josh Allen ever had.
Well, we're not talking about the season. We're talking about skill set for skill set. Who's the better player? We're not talking about what he accomplished because they're going against 2 different competitions. They're not playing the same playing field.
And so my thing is, if they have
Cam Newton didn't have to go through Tom Brady to get to the Super Bowl that year. Cam Newton didn't have to go through Peyton Manning.
He had to go through the best defense of this decade in the Legion of Boom.
No, he didn't. The Panthers had the best defense in the league that year. What are you talking about?
They had to. Okay, so they had to go through the second best defense. Oh my God.
Yes, Josh Allen had to go through the best defense in the league last year when he played against the Chiefs.
I would say
that was not the best defense in the league. It was the Ravens and the 49ers were both statistically better, and they had better All-Pro players. So stop it. No, you keep making excuses for Josh Allen.
It's not an excuse.
Okay, all right. I'm a moderate. Listen, I'm a moderate because we are recording, so like niggas got to be able to hear y'all. So the Chiefs did have the number 1 defense last year. However, the Super Bowl Cam lost. That was the best defense in the league he was playing against versus that Broncos defense at the time. It was 1-2 with the Broncos and Panthers. So let me pose this question to the room, just so we get it for the clip. All things equal, who would you rather
Josh
have
Allen.
and why?
Josh Allen is better.
And why?
Josh Allen is simply, he can do everything Cam Newton can do, plus he can throw the football. Cam Newton could not dream of throwing the football as good as Josh Allen.
Pretty good deep ball. What you mean?
He had a cool deep ball, but he could not throw the ball as good as he.
How? Why? Explain that. Because
Josh Allen is better at throwing the football than Cam Newton. What do you mean?
You're just saying words. You're not explaining what the words mean. Josh Allen throwing the football. How does he throw the football better than Cam? Cam could throw just as far as him. Cam is better than the intermediate. Cam is a better decision maker.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he is not.
Josh Allen has led the league in turnovers for the past 4 years. What the fuck are you talking
Cam
about?
Newton
never led the league in turnovers.
Cam Newton at his peak had the same amount of interceptions as Josh Allen in the first 6 years of his career. What are we talking about? Their first 6 years, they both had the same amount of interceptions. So if one is a terrible decision maker, the other one has to be as well. They have the same amount of interceptions. You can't. I'm not going for that.
But Josh Allen also has like 3 times as many fumbles.
Hold on.
And Josh Allen has 3 times as many pass attempts as well.
But he has way more touchdowns. Look, I'm in the middle. Let me say something. Josh Allen has way more touchdowns.
So if I throw 200 more passes than you, but we had the same amount of interceptions, who's the worst decision maker?
But I'm asking you a question. Did we say at the peak of their powers, or did we say their careers in totality? Josh Allen
is the peak one season. Is the peak one season? But Josh Allen has been at the peak of his powers for more than one season.
I was going to ask. So right now, is this Josh Allen's peak?
Josh Allen is still in his peak.
So at his peak, he lost the game making a bad decision. But
Shit
Cam Newton
happens.
at his peak went to the Super Bowl with no bad decisions.
He did not jump on the phone. That's a terrible decision. That's a terrible decision. That's a terrible decision.
I'm talking about with the ball in his hand.
Now he's talking about chance to dive on the fumble, and he didn't dive.
Threw so many things. Oh my God!
All right. So next,
that's a terrible decision in the Super Bowl.
Barry, do me a favor. So I think Josh Allen's peak was 2020, the 13-second game. Barry, let me get those 2020. I want to do 2020 Josh Allen, 2015 Cam.
I think if you.
That's my question though. Is the peak one season?
Yes.
I'm talking about one season.
Yeah. I hate doing this, but if you give Cam, Diggs, all them other weapons, it's a different.
Name the other weapons for me.
Gabe Davis.
He's cool.
Gabe Davis, James
Gabe
Cook,
Davis,
Stephon
wide receiver,
Diggs.
one of that Panthers team.
Is he better than Ted Ginn? Are we sure?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Are we sure?
Yes.
Are we sure?
Yes.
Are we sure?
Ted Ginn dropped 7 touchdowns that year,
we
dog.
sure?
Stop it.
Yes.
Kelvin Benjamin, like.
Kelvin Benjamin. He
into
didn't even
Eddie
have he had Joe Brady as his offensive coordinator. Cam Newton, offensive coordinator that he had that year, has not coached since then.
Did he not build that offense around Cam Newton? The perfect offense that you've been telling us?
That was not a perfect offense, which was my point in that. That was not a perfect offense.
Why wasn't it?
It was actually built poorly, and the reason you think
Why was it built poorly? Why was it built poorly?
Josh Allen is built the reason you think Josh Allen is such a better passer is because of how the passing looked under that offense. Because
he's a better passer. You're going to call more passing plays.
Okay.
With a better passer. You're going to call more passing plays with a better passer.
The year Cam Newton went 6-2, that was the best he had ever looked as a passer, and it was because they changed the offense completely and went more towards him actually playing quarterback instead of making it a shot offense. It was we gonna run the ball and we gonna take shots and then we gonna get Greg Olsen over the middle. That was their game. They didn't have running backs coming out of the backfield. They didn't have shallow routes very often. That is how they played the game. So it was a design of their offense because they had an anomaly at quarterback and he designed the offense poorly.
I have a question.
Changed everything.
I have a question.
His percentage of completion
I have
went
one
up.
question.
His yards went up. His touchdowns went up.
I have a
And
question.
he got better weapons.
I have a question.
His number one receiver was Devin Funchess, my nigga, and he was in the Super Bowl.
Hold on.
I
Hold on.
have a question.
Go ahead.
What is your barometer for completion percentage? What's good and what's bad?
I don't.
Give me. I just need a
I don't have a
ballpark number. Give me a number, Daniel.
70%.
70%. That would be like elite.
That's elite. 70%.
What would you say is good?
60.
62 is good.
62. Guess what Cam Newton's completion percentage was his MVP season? Just take a
57.
wild
It was 57 or
guess. It
58.
was 59.8.
Yeah, 59.
That's not good.
That's because of the offense they played, which is what I just explained.
Okay,
but if you listen, you would
let me
know
interject.
that. That's the offense they had. It was an offense where you're not going to have a high percentage because you're taking deep shots. Or you're
Why are you
only
taking deep shots?
Because that's
the
how he
quarterback
designed
can't
the
process certain things.
Okay,
That's not true. That's not true.
Let me mediate. So what I just looked up 2015 Cam, 2020 Josh, and they are starkly they are remarkably similar. Cam Newton, I think, had 37 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Josh Allen, I think, had 35 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, or flip-flop. Like, they're right there. Cam Newton had 600 rushing yards or 689, I think. Josh had about 400, give or take. So this is incredibly close. But I do agree with Daniel in that style of system. I don't think it was processing. I think, first of all, the Panthers had no receivers that could win. I don't think that's like a reach to say they had no wide receivers that could consistently win intermediate to short, like we mentioned, that would drive your completion percentage. But also, I think Josh Allen has had to play, I don't want to say a harder style of football, but I think, like you mentioned, Cam, like you said, Cam was like a trailblazer in how he was playing. So defenses weren't prepared to guard that. I think the coverages Josh Allen sees now are a bit more tougher than what Cam saw then.
That's right.
So I think it's incredibly close for both sides.
I don't think it's close at all.
See, that's what.
I don't think it's close at all. I'm a fan of a team in the NFC South.
Yeah.
I saw Cam Newton play twice a year. I know how good Cam Newton was. Yeah. I think Josh Allen is just that much better than him.
I think
You're
it's
just wrong. That's
not true.
So you can't say that because it's nothing proving that other than you just like how he throw the ball more. He has better opportunities.
I just watched both of them play football.
He has he has better receivers. He's had a better offensive coordinator and a better designed offense for him the entire career.
I just watched him play football, man. That's it.
All right, cool. We can move on.
You know what I'm saying? Josh Allen is better at football than Cam Newton is at football.
All right, we just disagree.
I think for me, so of course you have
and the fact of the matter that Cam Newton's peak is one season. Josh Allen is still in his peak right now.
See, but that's where I disagree.
Cam Newton's peak might be 2 seasons.
See, that's where I disagree.
Maybe.
See, that's so the Josh Allen Cam thing. I'm glad y'all had that. But for my turn to hate on Josh Allen, I think Josh Allen been eating off that 2020 season for a long. Like, it's 2024, 2025 right now. I don't think he is anywhere near the quarterback he was in 2020 with Brian Dable, with all those weapons around him, protecting him the way that they did. And I think his numbers and how their season ended last year was evidence of that. I'm not big on the Bills. I didn't pick them to go to the playoffs just now. I don't think they're going to have a great year. But at the end of the year last year, they gave up letting him make decisions. And that can't be argued. They gave up with him as their number one decision maker, and their team was instantly better for it. The last 5 games, he had 5 touchdowns in 5 games, and they were a better team. They literally got to a point where they said, we cannot let you make decisions, because as much as we want to say completion percentage, yards, listen, of course that matters. Like I just said earlier, what you do matters on the field. I've watched Josh Allen lose several games by himself. We can talk about Diggs dropping. We can talk about the AFC Championship, whether he should have threw drag. No, not even that. I have watched him press the Desmond Ridder button several times.
You've also watched him outdo Patrick Mahomes, and his defense gave up a field goal with 13 seconds left.
So you didn't outdo him.
Yes, you did. You didn't have the chance to finish it. You did your part, but your defense did not do their job.
See, the thing with Josh Allen is y'all want it to be fair. That's just what happened. Is it fair? 13 seconds was all Mahomes needed. No, but you didn't outdo him.
We're talking eye for eye.
Yeah, no, but you didn't outdo him.
Yes, you did.
No, you did not.
You
lost.
You did.
You lost.
No, hold on. What did you just say earlier?
Football.
No. Football is a team game.
It is.
Yes.
It's not fair.
So if I play better than you, I outdoed you. I can't control my.
He didn't play better than Mahomes.
You didn't.
They both played A+ games for quarterbacks.
Okay, let's do the flip side. If Josh Allen walked Patrick Mahomes down with 13 seconds, nobody would have said, well, Mahomes outdealed him. No,
the defense dropped the ball.
No, 13-second game-winning drive. You didn't outdo Mahomes.
Well, maybe outdoor was the wrong word. He held up his end of the bargain.
Yes, for sure.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do. He did it
one time. Overtime. One time. He's done it one time. And the other time, listen. What my problem is Josh Allen get credit for hypothetically doing shit. He's been to one AFC Championship game and got the doors blown off of him. He was in one divisional game we thought he was going to the AFC Championship game. He didn't. He got to another divisional game. He didn't get past that. His entire career is, well, if he did this, he would get credit.
If we talk about living off of one season, you know what I'm saying? Cam Newton is a myth.
No, I agree. Listen, Cam Newton is living off 2015. The difference is Cam Newton was 15-1 MVP and got to the Super Bowl.
But Josh Allen, you got to look at the context of that.
Josh Allen has never been the MVP.
Did Cam Newton's defense have to step on the field and do their job too that season?
Yeah. But Josh Allen has had elite defenses too.
But they didn't step on the field and do their job when the time was called because they gave up the field goal with 13 seconds left, guarding the sideline when the team had 2 timeouts left.
Listen, I 1,000% agree.
Josh Allen, if you say the Panthers win that Super Bowl if Josh Allen is the quarterback.
Not even close.
The Panthers win that Super Bowl if Josh Allen is the
that
quarterback.
Broncos defense?
They're not in the Super Bowl.
Crazy.
They're not in the Super Bowl. They don't beat the Seahawks.
Man, please.
What are you talking about?
Man, please.
Listen, Josh Allen. You may agree.
Hold on. Did you see Josh Allen before he got Stephon Diggs?
He was in his second year in the league.
Okay, we'll see this year. We'll see this year.
Okay. Let me go look at Cam Newton's stats from his first 2 seasons.
We'll see. Listen, I'm excited this year just to see Josh Allen without Stephon Diggs because I did see him without Stephon Diggs, and I think that's who he is. But we will see moving forward. But your point about if he was on the Broncos is my point. If he was on the Panthers is my point. Hypothetically, if he was on another team, he maybe could have done this. But I've also seen him throw 3 picks to the same nigga against a great defense.
I'm not saying he's perfect.
That's what I'm saying. You're saying they beat that Broncos team.
I'm saying that Josh Allen is better than Cam Newton.
You think they beat that Broncos team?
I think they win the Super Bowl that year. Josh Allen
versus that defense.
Out of your fucking mind. You're out of your
versus that defense.
You're out of your fucking mind.
Yes,
you are out of your mind.
With their defense playing against the shell of Peyton Manning on the other side?
That wasn't the shell yet. That was was that the shell?
Yes, because they were the number 1 offense the year before they lost to the Seahawks.
Was that the shell? Oh yeah, because they won that Super Bowl. He retired. Yeah, he won the Super Bowl.
Matter of fact, Cam Newton should lose some more points for losing to the shell of Peyton Manning.
But that's one of the best defenses.
If we talk about y'all say it's quarterback versus quarterback a lot of times. If you lose to the shell of Peyton Manning in the Super Bowl because you don't want to dive on a fumble,
that's not why they lost.
That's exactly why
they lost. They lost because that's one of the best defenses ever.
They lost because
Cam Newton have a chance to save the day and jump on that fumble. Yes or no?
It wasn't in the end zone though. It's like that's not why they lost.
They still had to drive 65
yards. You still got to win the rest.
They still had to drive 65 yards after that. And again, if the defense would have done their job after that and got the ball back, we would have had another chance, but they didn't.
If Cam Newton jumps on the ball,
and if
you're never in that position.
But the problem I'm having with Josh Allen, and I had this problem with Justin Herbert, and I have this problem with
another quarterback better
Listen,
than Cam.
I have a problem with Justin Herbert. I have a problem with Aaron Rodgers. I have this problem with Peyton. I have a problem.
Justin Herbert not more talented than Cam Newton?
He's a more talented thrower, but he's not a better quarterback. He's not a better football player.
Why not? Hold on.
Why would? See, that's my problem. This is my question.
Why would Justin Herbert?
Wait. When we did the top,
He's better at playing quarterback.
Okay, all right.
How?
Wait, hold on. When we evaluated quarterbacks for Aaron Rodgers, we said talent, stats, accolades. That bucket for Josh Allen, accolades, is nothing in there at all. No.
But if I got 2 out of 3 better than you,
No, but that's the thing. The stats for Josh Allen and Cam are the same.
for that one season.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Peak for peak. Those numbers are identical.
So if it's talent one way, I'm giving the talent to Josh Allen 100% of the time.
How?
Because he's more talented than Cam.
How?
Because he can do everything Cam Newton can do better than Cam Newton.
No.
could.
That's not true.
Wait.
He's not a better runner than Cam is.
My thing is, hypothetically, he could be a better runner than Cam. He has never ran better than Cam. That's not true. No. Numbers wise, he's not a better runner than Cam.
That's not true.
Cam was one of the most effective short yardage.
That's not
Cam
true.
Newton paid
Listen,
two positions.
Cam Newton's
the entire
highest
year.
Cam Newton's highest rush yard season would be Josh Allen's third.
No, I don't peak for peak. Like I said, but 2020, the 1 year where
Let's take player for player. Fuck peak for peak. Player for player.
I have told you.
Player for player
I
is
have
different.
told you
Player
that
for
Josh
player,
Allen's
I'd go
career
Josh
up
Allen.
to this point is better.
Josh Allen is a better football player than Cam Newton.
I
sure.
think
I agree.
At the peak, Josh Allen has been more consistent. Yes, but we've been having a peak for peak argument, Stunner. Yeah. We haven't been.
I don't think Josh Allen's peak is one season. That's what I've been trying to explain to you.
But the numbers drastically.
But the numbers say that for one.
They don't the only thing that drastically dropped off was his completion percentage.
And turnovers have been rising.
That's the conversation we have, and it don't matter what you think. The conversation was at the peak of the past.
But I don't think that Josh Allen's peak is one season. So we're having a different conversation off the strength of that. If I think Cam Newton's peak is one, all right. Isaiah Thomas's peak, one season.
Right.
Damian Lillard's peak is different.
Okay.
Isaiah Thomas, that one season you can argue is up there with any Damian Lillard.
But that's not what we're saying. That's not what we're saying. We're
I-
saying,
that's
for
what
example,
I'm saying.
for
I
example,
agree. I see what you're
we're
saying.
saying 15 Cam versus 20 Cam. That was a whole argument. versus 20 Josh Allen. It's the
No,
same
no,
thing if you
I
go
jumped into
06
the-
Kobe and 13 Bron.
I jumped
You're just
into the-
arguing the year.
But I jumped into the argument with y'all. That was never my initial point. My initial point is Josh Allen's peak has lasted longer than Cam Newton's. So he is a better football player than Cam Newton.
But see, the thing is, the disconnect is there are people, and it's a lot of people, and the numbers are there. You can say that his peak has been since 2020. It's 2020 Josh Allen, and then Josh Allen for the rest of his career. That 2020 Josh Allen is not who he has been for his entire career. The numbers don't look the same. The success does not look the same, and the team does not look the same. That 2020 season, that's what I think is an aberration. I think that is not sustainable.
So you think Josh Allen is Paul George?
No,
when Paul George had the what was that? The year he came in third in MVP and never reached that height again. You think that's what Josh Allen?
I think Josh Allen is No, I don't think he's Paul. I think he's better than Paul George, but it's different because how important quarterbacks are. But I think.
But you get what I'm saying.
I don't think Josh Allen is that type. I don't think Josh Allen's a top 5 QB ever. Because if 2020 is his peak,
I wouldn't say ever.
No. But if 2020 is who Josh Allen is, that is a top 5 quarterback ever.
Do you think Josh Allen is a top 3 quarterback in the NFL today?
No.
Do you think he's a top 5 quarterback in the NFL today?
I think Josh Allen is the third best quarterback.
I think he'd be top 5.
All right. You think Josh Allen is the third best quarterback in the NFL? How long has he been the third best quarterback in the NFL?
Since 2020.
How long was Cam Newton the top 3 quarterback in the NFL?
Stunning.
I'm just asking.
Josh Allen had a longer pick than Cam Newton.
Okay, that was my whole argument from the beginning.
Who?
Yes. Yes.
See, that's my problem. That'd be my problem. Why is he better than Joe Burrow?
Because here's the thing.
I just think he's better at football.
No, but why? But why is he better?
I think he's better.
He's a better thrower than Joe Burrow.
I think Joe Burrow is more calm than Josh Allen. He's more poised than Josh Allen.
I think especially for quarterbacks.
But this goes into the hypothetical thing you was talking about.
No, this not. I'm
finna throw it out there. If you put Josh Allen in the offense with T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, he's gonna look a lot better than he does in Buffalo.
That's why I disagree, because I think quarterback, more than any other position in any sport, doesn't get evaluated correctly because you are a main decision maker for your team. But Joe Burrow has been an elite decision maker for the Bengals since the day he stepped into the league. But do the
components of the offense make it easier for you to make decisions?
No. See, that's where I disagree.
But when I said about Cam Newton, you told me it didn't matter.
No,
I never said that.
No, this is where I disagree.
I didn't say it didn't matter.
He had Stephon Diggs.
I just said that Ted Ginn was good.
And listen, because he had Stephon Diggs, and he still was leading the world in interceptions. The problem I have with Josh Allen, is it's not just, hey, is that post open? Can you hit it? Or, hey, this is the play. Can you run it? Being quarterback is more than just throwing to the right guy. Joe Burrow is one of the best quarterbacks in the league at playing quarterback. It's not all about whose arm is better, who runs faster, and who throws the ball the prettiest. Joe Burrow fired Josh Allen up in the playoffs.
Did he fire Josh Allen up, or did he fire up the Bills?
Okay, Joe Burrow fired the Bills up in the playoffs and has been to a Super Bowl. We give Josh Allen more credit for losing to Mahomes than Burrow gets for beating Mahomes.
I think they get the same amount of credit for it. No, I don't think they get the same amount of credit for it. It's just been a couple years since Joe Burrow has done that.
Josh Allen lost. He's never done it.
I don't credit Josh Allen for that. I don't put that as part of his legacy or anything that he lost to. But what I'm saying is, I like to evaluate players talent for talent. See, that's how I've always done it in every sport. Ever since y'all have known me, it's always been a talent for talent discussion.
That's fair.
Me. And I think Josh Allen is the second or third most talented quarterback in the NFL.
That's fair, but quarterback position, you're leaving talents out. Knowing not to throw to the other team is a talent. Knowing that Aaron Rodgers just blew his Achilles. And the Jets are a terrible team now. So maybe I don't need to throw 3 picks versus the best secondary in the league is a talent. Losing games.
It's hard to not do that.
No. That's the thing. It's not. It's actually not. To throw, that is the problem I have with Josh Allen is the talent, knowing.
Is immense.
No, decision making is a talent. That's not something you can't learn to be a great decision maker.
You're basically saying what everybody says is the quarterback's brain is very much a part of his arsenal. A quarterback's intangibles is very much a part of his talent.
I think Josh Allen intangibles, his brain is what holds him back, and that's perfectly fine. But the thing is, his talent,
he got the bozo gene for sure. You know what I'm saying? All the greats do, though.
No.
All of the greats have the bozo gene.
A bozo
That's
gene.
what Tom made.
No. He's not. He doesn't have the bozo gene. He is the bozo gene.
I listened to you go to war for Brett Favre earlier, and there was no bigger bozo gene than Brett Favre.
And I would never say Brett Favre is better than Tom Brady or Joe Montana or someone who didn't have the bozo gene.
But would you say that Brett Favre? But who are we arguing right now? Josh Allen and Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow's. His career high in interceptions for one season is only 4 less than Josh Allen's. So he threw a lot of interceptions
with a better team.
No.
And he doesn't. And with that, see, this is the thing with Josh Allen.
And Joe Burrow also can't stay healthy.
Let me get in here. Pause. The thing with Josh Allen for me,
that's fair,
is
because I think staying healthy is a talent.
Yes, I agree.
The best ability is availability.
The thing with Josh Allen for me is Joe Burrow having 4 less interceptions for him is a bigger problem with Joe Burrow for me because Joe Burrow's thing is not turning the ball over, being efficient, keeping them on field, keeping them ahead of chains. Josh Allen's thing is being a superhero. So when Josh Allen has a pick but also has 85 rushing yards and 300 total offense, I'm going to take that over Joe Burrow having 275 passing yards and a pick and a touchdown.
But this is where that's exactly where I disagree, right? We said, like you just said, his brand is Superman, put the cape on, like Cam in 2015. You wouldn't even know the Bills had one of the best defenses in the league the last 5 years. No, but that's what I'm saying. The way he plays like he's on a bad team, and he is caught like that. Bills roster was loaded.
Fair point.
We said give Josh Allen, T. Higgins, and Jamar Chase. Give Joe Burrow the best defense, one of the best defensive leagues statistically. They were number 1 that year, and Stephon Diggs. And what's the Giants coach name? Brian Daboll.
But I have a question though. Do you think the lack of a running game plays a impact in that?
Absolutely.
No.
Absolutely.
It has to, because if you have to throw the ball all day, you're gonna fuck up.
I don't think
every quarterback is gonna fuck up if you have to throw the ball all day. When Joe Burrow was at the peak of his powers, he had his best season. He had Joe Mixon the lean on. If you put him in Buffalo, he doesn't have a Joe Mixon. James Cook is very good, but he's not there yet.
You said he's not.
James Cook just got good last year. Go ahead.
No. What did you say? You said just got good last year, right?
Yeah.
Midway through the season, they said, "Hey, Josh Allen, you're gonna stop throwing the ball. We're gonna run the ball." And you went from a bad team, you were literally about to miss the playoffs. We didn't make no trades. We didn't get no personnel. It
became more balanced.
Wait. No. Is it they can't run the ball, or this is how they try to play? Is it we actually can't run the ball, like scheme-wise, or this is how we want to play? We want to give Josh Allen this responsibility. Because while Joe Burrow had Joe Mixon, they weren't a power running team.
In 2020 and 2021, they absolutely could not run the ball. Josh Allen was their running back, similar to Cam Newton. He was their running back. Last year, they could run the ball, and yes, you're correct. Last year, you're correct. The first 2020, 2021, no.
Josh Allen may have CTE, but
Cam Newton got it. Like
Josh Allen may have CTE.
You know what I'm saying? They got to run the ball and throw the ball.
The problem with putting him over Burrow is eventually what happens on the field has to matter. I get it. He's talented.
Burrow just hasn't been available for, like, you know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing. Burrow has missed 2 years. More accomplished than Josh Allen. And there's no arguing that he's more accomplished than Josh
accomplishment?
Allen. He's been to the Super Bowl,
That's
and he
all
was all-pro in here, right?
Has Josh Allen not been all-pro?
Josh Allen's been all-pro. I don't know if he's been first team, but he's been all-pro.
2020, I think he was all-pro.
Yeah.
Was he? Was he?
I'm pretty sure.
Was Josh Allen?
Sure.
Actually,
the
he hasn't made a first
MVP
team all-pro.
Might have been a year. Aaron
He hasn't made a first team all-pro.
Damn, that's crazy. Has Joe?
Joe has not made a first team all-pro.
Okay, so good. Yeah, Lamar hogging up them awards.
he was second team all-pro in 2020.
Josh Allen, Joe Burrow.
We've been at I think we had like 2.5 hours, so let's do the AFC and go ahead and get out of here. Man, this has been fucking amazing.
So much fun.
Oh, this has been amazing, for real. All right, AFC. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have been going back and forth between this all day. I didn't really know what to do, bro. But after watching last night, I have the Chiefs at the number 1 seed. Originally, I had the Texans because the Texans have a very favorable schedule, and as I said, I'm very high on that offense. But I looked at the Chiefs' schedule and I see 3 losses. They're going to lose to the Chiefs or the Texans. They'll lose to the Chiefs or the Browns. They play them back-to-back weeks. They'll lose to one of them on some fluke shit. Or they'll lose one division game, and I think they'll lose to San Francisco early in the year, in week 7 or 6. So, Chiefs at 1, Texans at 2, Ravens at 3, Bills at 4. Those are my division winners.
Okay.
In the playoffs, at 5, I have the Bengals. 6, I have the Jets. 7, I have the Dolphins. In the AFC Championship, I have the Ravens versus the Chiefs, with the Ravens winning. And in the NFC, I have the Lions winning, and I have a Lions-Ravens Super Bowl.
They do y'all dirty.
And I do have the Ravens winning that very easily. But
You said very easily?
Yeah.
NFC
Lions got a squad,
NFC teams just don't do well against Lamar because it's something you can't practice for. The only people that do well against Lamar has the highest win percentage ever in the NFL. Him and Patrick Mahomes.
But my whole thing is,
And they spanked them last year. And
the Lions got a squad.
The Lions do have a squad,
They
but my
ripped the
thing is
condom
like
off on the Lions
it's
last
like
year,
it's like the Steph thing for me. Like you can't simulate that in practice. You can simulate a lot of shit in practice.
Is
You can't
Marlon
simulate-
following St. Brown into the slot? That's gonna be a bad day for him.
I think the Ravens are too physical for them.
The Lions physical. Dan Campbell brought an AFC mentality to the Lions.
Look, they look physical to a physical team pull up.
You feel me?
Because they looked physical last year too.
And then the 49ers pulled up.
And then the Ravens pulled up.
And the Ravens pulled up. So
Yeah.
so nah.
And it was a laugher versus Baltimore. No disrespect, Barry. It was a laugher.
And let me go back and admit something. When I say easily, I mean they control the game and it looks like they finna win. I'm not saying they beat them 21 to 42.
No, I think they win by 3 scores.
Okay, that's crazy. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying like 10 points. That's what I was saying.
Me and Barry not going out like that. Barry would never.
Ish, AFC.
All right, so 1 seed, I got the Chiefs. 2 Ravens, 3 Texans, 4 Dolphins, 5 Bengals, 6 the Chargers. Listen, good offensive line, Herbo. And this last AFC team, because I'm not high in the Jets, I think it's going to be the Colts.
Hey, before you continue,
Yeah,
who are the Chargers receivers?
doesn't matter.
Because they got an elite quarterback. Tell them.
No, actually, I think they're just going to run the. I think they're just going to run the ball.
The hell is they running
I think
back?
they're going to be a physical running team.
Who was they running back?
Doesn't matter.
Chargers are not.
Who was on their defense?
I do love the
Doesn't
Colts pick.
matter,
I
bro.
do love the Colts pick, by the way, though.
as I said, Jordan Palmer. They got a white boy.
Josh
Lad McConkey, UGA's own.
Fam, I believe in culture. I believe in physicality. I think the Chiefs gonna beat the brakes off everybody in that division.
But do you think that can be said in one season, one off season from Harbaugh?
Yeah. You got 2 elite tackles. You got a good to great quarterback. I think they're gonna be a physical football team. I think
Elite's quarterback.
I got a question real quick before Barry goes, and answer it and we get it off. Why don't quarterbacks have to prove they're elite for you to call them?
What do you mean?
Because you just called Justin Herbert elite because of his arm talent. But
I call him elite.
elite.
I call him elite because, like I said, I judge players strictly on talent. Like when I'm talking player for player, I'm judging strictly on talent. I'm not talking about legacy. I'm talking about what your team has done.
Yes, he's an elite quarterback talent for sure.
I think he's an elite quarterback talent. Matt, let me start saying that.
Now that we're just here, so why isn't Caleb Williams an elite quarterback? Just talent.
Because I haven't seen it against professional football teams yet. I've seen Justin Herbert talent translate to the NFL. I haven't seen Caleb Williams. I've seen Jamarcus Russell be elite in college.
You said a top 7 quarterback, bro.
I still have not heard 7 better than him. I let y'all slide on that.
Mahomes, Allen, Burrow.
I saw Justin Fields be elite in college.
That's fair. I think Justin Fields could be a great quarterback.
I hope, but
it
ain't.
So.
I've seen it not translate to the pros.
Exactly.
But once I see it for like 4 or 5 weeks, though, I'm quick to go ahead and.
So I just have to see him win 4 or 5 games from the pocket, and I'm sold.
I don't have to see it.
So let me ask this. Would you be more confident in the Bears this year if they went 4-12 with Caleb last year at quarterback, or now with him as a rookie?
Him as a rookie.
Wait, what?
If they were 4-12 last year and he played, this is his second year.
Was he good in that 4-12? Or was he bad in that 4-12?
If he threw for 4,000 yards and 30 touchdowns, and they just went 4-12.
I'm more
you can't
confident.
really be great going 4-12. Like
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Rookie season was crazy.
I've seen Matt Ryan.
What was his numbers?
I think Matt Ryan threw 38 touchdowns the season before we drafted Kyle Pitts, and we went 4-12.
Damn.
Okay, I mean, is that true?
So that's
it's either 4-12 or 7-9. It was one of them.
No. Okay, 4-12, 7-9. That's a big gap.
I got you.
Like if you are 7-9 and your defense is bad and you're in a lot of these games, cool. But like Peyton Manning's rookie season, played terrible. I wouldn't be like, well, he played terrible versus NFL players, so he'll be okay. I feel like. Listen, I'm always when I see it, when I see it, I believe it. That nigga has it.
But you saw it against the Pac-12.
I don't care who it was. I don't care who it was.
All right.
No, that was the year before. That was the year before we got Kyle Pitts. So yeah, we were 7-9 when he threw 38 touchdowns.
That's what I'm saying.
AFC.
I'm going Kansas City 1.
Okay.
Houston 2. Weak AFC South.
Yep.
Baltimore 3. I got Miami winning the North.
Nice.
The East.
I think all of them can win it.
And then
all of who can
I
win?
got Chargers.
The North.
Don't sleep on Drake May.
Then my other 3 teams, I got the Chargers, Colts, and Cincinnati.
I love the Colts, y'all. I want them to be good. I just
before because we're on the AFC now, and of course I started the hate train for this. Why do we think the Jets are going to be good?
They have an elite defense, and they have two very good skill position players, and a quarterback who's coming back to share health.
They won 7.
If their quarterback can stay healthy, they're going to be in the playoffs.
They won 7. They won 7 games last year with Zach Wilson. That's why.
Okay, do we think Aaron Rodgers is going to be good this year?
Yes.
Why?
What's the barometer for good quarterbacks? Give me who you
top 15 quarterback.
Yes, easily.
But okay, so why would he be that post Achilles older when he was not that his last year?
He was a top 15 quarterback.
He was
his last year in Green Bay. He was not.
He was 27 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, and 4,000 yards. That's a top 15 quarterback.
He did not throw 300 yards in 4 years. He was not a good quarterback that last year in Green Bay. His numbers were terrible.
No, they were not. 27 touchdowns and 12 interceptions and 4,000 yards is not terrible. And if the Jets haven't gotten anything, they haven't gotten half of that. Zach Wilson threw 12 touchdowns last year. If they get 27 touchdowns from Aaron Rodgers, 8 interceptions, and 4,000 yards, they're going to the playoffs. Their defense is going to carry.
So why?
Who's the 15th best quarterback? Like, who's the quarterbacks in that range?
Yeah, like, who are you saying Brock Purdy going to be better than him?
First of all, Brock Purdy's going to be better than him easily.
Because of his weapons, but if Brock Purdy was...
Do you think Trevor Lawrence is going to be better than Aaron Rodgers?
Okay, first of all, let's
Is Kyler Murray better than Aaron Rodgers right now today?
First, before I ask these questions, I'm going to pull that back, and we're going to give Aaron Rodgers actual stats from his last year in Green Bay, where he didn't hit 4,000 yards. He had 26 touchdowns, 12 picks. He did not get close to 4,000 yards because he was not a good quarterback, and they missed the playoffs because he was not a good quarterback.
Hey, we got serious a couple years ago. He wouldn't have looked that up, and I could have just got.
Yo, like he was not. Listen, I know I'm the Aaron Rodgers hate guy. They missed the playoffs because he was not good. When Jordan Love took over the team last year, they didn't trade for Stephon Diggs. They didn't add no special DB. It's the same exact team, but their quarterback was not bad. So after an Achilles and a year older, why would I expect him in a tougher conference
To be top 15.
I would like
Yes.
I would like to point out that the Packers won more games with Aaron Rodgers than they did with Jordan Love.
But which
Are
one
the
makes
same
the
amount.
playoffs?
Because we don't need like prime Aaron Rodgers. We just need Aaron
That's what I'm
Rodgers
saying.
to just.
We don't even need it.
Okay,
Close to prime
wait,
Aaron
hold on,
Rodgers.
because I didn't answer your questions. What quarterbacks did you ask? I heard you say Kyler. Kyler will be better than him next year, easy.
Trevor Lawrence.
Better, easy.
Who's that?
Deshaun.
No.
I was about to leave.
I don't dislike him that much. I don't dislike him that much.
Top 15. Who's around 15? Kirk Cousins gonna
Kirk
be better
Cousins
than
will
him.
be way better than him.
Yeah,
Kirk
'cause-
Cousins.
come on now.
So top 15. That's a little too broad. In the
Geno Smith. Is Geno Smith gonna be
Yeah,
back?
he's gonna be better than him next year. In the AFC, Geno Smith led the league in completion percentage in the time Aaron Rodgers busted his Achilles, became older, started smoking ayahuasca. Before we get to that, in the AFC, how many quarterbacks do you get to until you get to Aaron Rodgers right now? In the AFC alone,
8, I think.
You got Herbert.
8? It's only 6, only 7 playoff teams.
You got Herbert, Mahomes,
Lamar,
CJ.
Burrow,
Say
CJ.
Trevor's good.
I have Trevor. Even if we don't have Trevor over him.
I don't have Trevor.
What about AR?
No, we're not putting Anthony Richardson over him yet.
No, I wouldn't put. He gonna play better than him. I just
don't
don't know
know that.
why. Why is he like why is he supposed to be good?
Hold on. All right, so the teams with quarterbacks he is better than Cleveland, Denver, Tennessee.
You haven't named a
Las
playoff team
Vegas.
yet.
Huh?
You have not named
Cleveland
a
might be a
playoff team.
playoff team.
Cleveland
No,
not. making a playoff
hold on. No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I think they will be a playoff team.
Okay.
So you got Cleveland, Denver, Tennessee, Indianapolis, Las Vegas, New England, Pittsburgh. That's what? That's 7 teams right there. How many teams in the conference? 16.
Yeah.
So if they defense can't get them above the other two
And
teams,
that's been my
an
point.
elite defense.
Aaron Rodgers isn't supposed to be the reason they win.
I'm not saying he gonna be
Aaron
Patrick
Rodgers
Mahomes
is just
level.
supposed to be a part of the equation.
do y'all think
I'm
he
not
can-
saying the Jets are winning the Super Bowl. I'm saying they're winning 10 games
Do y'all
and
think
getting a wild card.
y'all think
That's all I'm saying.
he'll be a starting quarterback next season?
Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know if Aaron Rodgers cares about football that
I
much.
don't think he's a starting quarterback now.
Oh, you're
You
tripping.
don't think he's a starting
You're
quarterback?
tripping. You're
Bro,
tripping.
bro.
You don't think he's a starting?
Can we frame it that he's 40 off an Achilles, bro?
So was Kirk Cousins, and you just said he's going to play
Kirk
better
Cousins
than
is
him.
not 40.
He's 38.
36, 37.
37.
Y'all said 3 different numbers.
39.
Aaron Rodgers is the
40.
oldest player in the league.
42.
Aaron Rodgers is the oldest player in the league off an Achilles, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
He's the oldest player in the league.
He's somewhere
off an
between
Achilles.
36 and 42.
Bro,
for sure.
like,
This is the point I want to get to. I don't understand why he's the oldest player in the league and hurt.
He's not hurt anymore.
He's blew his Achilles.
So here's the thing. If Aaron Rodgers is limited, the Jets don't make the playoffs. If Aaron Rodgers is not who he was in 20, I'm not expecting Aaron Rodgers to come out here and throw 40 touchdowns. I am telling you, this is what I'm telling you about the Jets. I think if Aaron Rodgers comes out and throws 25 to 30 touchdowns, less than 11 interceptions, and throws for 35 to 4,200 yards, they are in the playoffs. That's all I'm saying.
I see, but what
And
you
he
just said,
he also has a top 5 running back in the league too to take some of that pressure off his
arguably, but what
shoulders.
you just said
No
is miles above
is
the
that
quarterback he
arguable?
was in Green Bay.
Is
No,
that
it's
arguable?
not.
Yes, it is.
Around the same amount of touchdowns, around the same amount of interceptions, and 400 more yards is around the same quarterback.
Listen, you said like 44. He had 3,600 in a worse division in a worse conference.
He had 3,600 yards. I said 35 to 4,200.
42. That's what I'm saying. If Aaron Rodgers throws 30, if he passes 25 touchdowns and 4,000 yards, I will be ridiculously shocked, especially in the AFC. It's not in the NFC no more.
Have you looked at their schedule? Their schedule is very light. They gave them a gap because they wanted Aaron to be good.
He
It
played
was
the
like
49ers week 1. How you think that's going?
after that, it lightens up.
They play the Titans, Patriots, Jets, Vikings. They might get one with the Bills, Steelers. We don't know.
Like they're not playing good teams for
They
the
play the
first couple
Cardinals. That's iffy.
So no, but that's it. Like we are like they're not playing good team. The Jets are not a good team.
Yes,
Yes,
they are.
they are.
I gotta get top 5
You gotta
defense.
stop doing this.
Is
bro.
Robert Saleh? What does Robert Saleh do? Question.
He's
He-
it's
What
the reason their
is
defense
is
is
Robert
that
Saleh a good coach?
Yes.
good. Yes. I think if you win
How do we
7
know?
games with Zach Wilson, you're a good coach.
And he got his boy back.
Zach Wilson doesn't have a job anymore.
I don't think Robert Sala should have a job, personally.
What makes you say that? What makes you say that? How do you say that when he hasn't had a quarterback?
He's chose multiple quarterbacks. He's chose multiple quarterbacks. First of all,
Who did he choose?
He chose Aaron Rodgers.
He got hurt.
He got hurt.
Surprise! A 38-year-old quarterback got hurt. But like
So he's a bad coach because his quarterback got hurt, though.
No, that's not.
Like I said, Bruce Arians was a bad coach because he chose Tom Brady. If Tom Brady would have got hurt when he went to the Bucs.
Just comparing Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. Let's stop there. But like you just said,
Injured is injured, bro.
Nat Hackett. Wait, Nat Hackett calling plays.
Aaron Rodgers isn't Aaron Rodgers comfortable with
That's
him?
the one thing I'm worried about.
Nat Hackett has never called plays for Aaron Rodgers.
Didn't Aaron Rodgers get him the job? Who was
No, he got him the job. He would never call plays.
So he cool with him. He wanted him.
That's my homie. Okay, that's cool. He's not an offensive coordinator. And the last time he called plays, he was the worst play caller in the league.
He gonna be one of the best this year. Watch and see.
Well, wide receivers. I like Garrett Wilson. Is he a top 10 receiver?
Top 15.
He's top. You can argue he's 7 through 10.
So he made.
I wouldn't be.
He broke 1,000 yards with Zach Wilson.
First of all,
could argue it.
listen, the 1,000-yard thing mean a little less with the extra game.
Not with Zach Wilson as a quarterback. That's like taking 2 games away.
Come on, bro.
I guess, man.
Come on, bro.
I think we're really.
But I feel like you're underselling the fact that they had
Their
they
offense-
have an elite defense.
I don't think their offense is. I don't think their offense is good. I really.
They don't have to be great. They don't have to be good. They can be a middle of the pack offense with an elite. They make the playoffs last year if they have a competent quarterback.
Hypothetically, I don't think so.
They had number one. Didn't they have like a number 2 or 3 defense?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Their defense was very elite last year.
They were not a top 3 defense in the.
They weren't top 3. They were top 7 or 8.
Okay, 7 or that's what I'm saying. In the AFC, that is not enough.
Yes, it is.
To make the playoffs?
Why are you acting like they're playing Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes every week? We just rattled off 7 bad quarterbacks. They're gonna play to start the season.
Aaron Rodgers. That's the thing. Y'all are like they're playing bad teams. What makes the Jets not a bad team?
Why do
have
you
an
keep
elite
ignoring the
defense.
defense, Pat?
You keep
The Steelers had an elite defense, which called them bad. They played the Browns. They coach called them bad. The Browns defense better than the Jets.
The Steelers defense is not better than the Jets defense for one.
It might be.
One-
Whoa.
It's not.
No,
No, it's
no,
not. No, it's
no,
not. No, it's
no.
not. No, it's not.
So we are for sure.
Yes,
100%.
The Steelers defense.
1 zillion
100%.
million,
Is
100 gazillion.
is their defense better than the Browns too?
No.
But we just said the
Is
Browns.
who
is a
defense
bad
better
team.
than the Browns?
We just read the schedule off and said the Browns are. a
I
bad
just said the Browns might make the playoffs because of how good their defense.
No,
was.
no,
The Browns
no.
made the playoffs because of how good their defense was last year.
I
The
agree.
Jaguars made the playoffs a couple years ago because of how good their defense were. Why are you acting like defenses can't lead you to the playoffs if you just have an okay quarterback?
Right, because the Browns went to the playoffs last year because Joe Burrow got hurt and the Browns, not the Browns, Joe Burrow got hurt. You get those free wins. Like, things have to happen too.
They still lost to the Bengals when Joe Burrow was hurt. So not for
No, but they still beat the Bengals too. But like things still have to happen. You don't just get to the Jaguars got some playoffs off the defense. That division was terrible. This is gonna be a good division. You have to win. You got to win your division and get in the playoffs. Are they gonna be better than Miami next year?
I'm not sure. I think they can be. I don't think.
I think
Miami's
the
that
Jets
good.
win that division.
But,
Personally.
So why? Are
No, I don't.
Why
I
are
think
they
the Bills.
I
I think the Bills win that division.
Are they better than Miami?
Who the Jets? They can be.
they're about even.
They can be.
I think they're about even.
They can be.
Miami?
They can be.
They even with my. That's what.
I think they can be better than Miami. I think they can be better than Miami.
Why?
I just.
Who coach better?
Mike McDaniel.
Who quarterback better?
Aaron Rodgers.
Shit. I don't like Tua.
You gonna sit here and look at me in my eyes as my friend and tell me that if today Aaron Rodgers had Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and Odell Beckham Jr., Davon Achane, and Raheem
let's not keep
Mostert, and that
throwing
offensive
Odell.
line, you gonna tell me Aaron Rodgers ain't still a good quarterback?
We can leave
You gonna
Odell's
lie to me
name
now?
out of this.
You gonna lie to me? We gonna be friends. We gotta play 2K after this.
First
You
of all,
gonna be
we're
lying to me
not
right
gonna
now?
leave Odell.
We can leave Odell's name out of
Play out of nothing, dog.
this.
That's
It's
my-
done.
Listen, I can agree with you that Aaron Rodgers would have amazing success in Miami, but again, Tyreek Hill with Jalen Waddle, Devon Achane don't play for the Jets, so it doesn't matter because those are the people Tua's gonna be throwing to.
you actually
If
know who's
I
the
don't,
quarterback.
I
You
get
actually know who's
who's
the
going to be the better quarterback next year.
Okay, Tua might be the better quarterback next year because
Might be.
No, Mike.
He might be with Mike McDaniel.
I think y'all playing Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, so let me ask you.
I ain't even a big
Y'all
Aaron
like
Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers is Desmond Ritter.
Let me ask you. Okay, so if Mike McDaniel, we've never seen this happen before. If the Jets traded for Mike McDaniel, Aaron Rodgers wouldn't be 10 times a better quarterback.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Yes, by the way.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yes,
it's not
okay.
just on Aaron.
So
but,
let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
Why is it that I can't look? I think I'm gonna say Aaron Rodgers has been playing. What is it? 20 years? Is it 20 or 19?
He sat a couple years, but
Okay, we'll say 17 years he played.
Right.
So why can't I look at the 16 years he was one of the 3 best quarterbacks on the planet and one of the 7 best we've ever seen and say that's more of what we'll get versus the one bad season he had? Why is that an issue?
Because I watched Drew Brees not make the ball past the line of scrimmage his last couple of years as a quarterback.
But Drew Brees literally didn't have an arm.
No,
and we're talking about Aaron Rodgers.
No.
We're talking about Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, listen, I'll keep going. Because Joe Montana couldn't do anything.
We're talking about Aaron Rodgers.
These are different athletes.
I am just giving examples of quarterbacks who at the end of their prime were bad. Like Aaron Rodgers will be like he was in Green Bay. You're saying, why can't I look at him and say these 17 years? Because, the thing about the old days, they the old days.
So why don't you take into account that he had a broken thumb that year? Or a spring thumb. He had a spring thumb in week 3, and he had to play with it through the whole year.
Right. So, but the winning streak they went on.
And the year before that, he won MVP for the year before that, and the year before that.
Right. But the winning streak they went on, did his thumb get just magically better during that, or did he just actually play better? And when they couldn't win,
he showed some grit.
When your top 5 quarterback ever had one game to get you all to the playoffs to save this wasted season, that's partially his fault because he don't do nothing in the offseason with all these young wide receivers that he said was ass. Y'all remember that? I'm old enough to remember when he was mad at Romeo Doubs and Christian Watson. I know niggas just throw that to the side because niggas thought they was ass, but they not no more. But I get it. So what happened when you just ate one game? Detroit has nothing to play for. We just got to make the playoffs, Aaron.
They do have something to play for. Pride.
Right. So what was his
Detroit
thumb?
pride.
Did his thumb get hurt during that game, or when does
the season before not happen? So you're putting all the stock, and you're saying this one game, these 7 games, this little season right here where Aaron Rodgers wasn't good. Then you could tell he was out of it. You could tell he didn't like where he was. He didn't like playing football. He had all of these things going against him.
He didn't like it. He didn't like it.
Yes. Okay. And hold on. And you know what I say about Aaron Rodgers. Why I have a problem with him? He has an attitude problem, and he a little prima donna. He won his way, so he was half-assing. He wasn't playing to his best ability. I believe Aaron Rodgers is locked in and has playing with something to prove. And every year I've ever seen that, he's been in the MVP discussion. So I'm saying, why can't I believe that? But I'm crazy for believing Aaron Rodgers, the one season he had, one bad season he had, is not going to be who he is.
This is why I disagree. You said he wasn't locked in. It was a nigga behind you ready to take your job. You didn't want to leave Green Bay. You did that. Y'all lost. You walked around the stadium a couple of times. You talked that. You did not want to leave. You were going to retire if they replaced you. He said it. The nigga hit ayahuasca, went to the thing because he didn't want to play for the Jets.
He didn't want to play football no more.
Yeah, he was going to retire. But look, you're saying he wasn't locked in. So your job is on the line in the only place you've ever played. You told everybody, don't worry about it, I got it. I'm supposed to be a top 5 QB. You told everybody, don't worry, we're going to be fine. You skipped the OTAs, these young wide receivers, it's their fault. Why, if you're not locked in, you want to stay in Green Bay, you got the best coach you'll ever have, best wide receiver best wide receivers you've had. Like, why is it you're magically not locked in the most important games, but now I'm supposed to believe you're locked in when you're still skipping OTAs. You was going to be vice president a couple months ago. You're leaving the country. You're leaving the country during OTAs. And on top of that, you're with a way worse coach. The coach you had that niggas was like, well, I don't know. He doing fine without you. The team you left got better without you. And you're in a worse situation, worse health, and you're hurt, and a harder decision.
Is he in a worse situation than the Packers in 2020?
Yes, that's you're going from one of the best play callers in the league to one of the worst play callers in the league.
You're going from a mediocre defense to one of the 7 best.
That Packers defense was okay. The Packers defense is not better than
Brees Hall been getting drafted number 1 in fantasy leagues worldwide.
Okay, Brees Hall is amazing. So Aaron Jones was really good.
Garrett Wilson been getting drafted number 1. Like, we ain't gonna act like the Jets don't have pieces.
Listen, Brees Hall, hopefully, like you say, he's been drafted number 1 in fantasy. Hopefully, he's really good. Right now, he's never played a full season healthy.
Yes, he did. He played last season healthy.
He was hurt at the beginning. He was coming back from an ACL. He was not.
He started the season.
He was on a pitch count the entire first half of the season.
So he played the full season.
No, he was on a pitch count.
He played 17 games. He
has never played a full workload season. He was on Twitter crying about touches because they wouldn't give him the ball because they didn't think he was healthy yet.
You said
he's never played a full
season. He played 17 games. That's playing a full season. You're not gonna say he was on a pitch count for the first 4 games. He came off an ACL injury, so he didn't play the full.
He attended 17 games. Stunner said
He played in 17 games.
All right.
He got multiple carries in 17
Right.
games.
Let me add context because Stunner said he was number 1 in fantasy. I drafted him in fantasy. Niggas drafting you in fantasy expect you to be the number 1 workload for 17 games. We've never seen him do that.
Okay.
Aaron Jones,
That's not what you said.
AJ Dillon, we have seen them do that. And Packers coach.
We've seen AJ Dillon be the full workload
No,
for
I'm
a full
talking
season.
about both.
Okay, just making sure.
I'm just talking about the situation. The Packers coach versus what was
Solid.
No, the offensive coordinator.
Hackett.
Not even the same galaxy.
That is
We're
true.
talking about an elite coach with an elite scheme that's proven to work in the NFL versus someone who didn't have a job a couple months ago and wouldn't have a job if you were not here. His situation is far worse.
Aaron Rodgers, no.
Stop there. All right, perfect. Before we get out of here, this has been amazing. I'm probably gonna have to break this up into 2 parts. I think we've been going like 3 hours. But before we get out of here, everybody's Super Bowl picks and Super Bowl winners, Super Bowl MVP, and we would get on out of here. But all right, Barry.
I got Lions, Texans, MVP, Gibbs.
Ravens, Lions, MVP, Lamar Jackson.
Bears, Chiefs, MVP, Caleb.
Falcons, Chiefs.
You go for the numbers, twin.
Falcons, Chiefs. MVP Jesse Bates, baby. Pick 6 with 1 minute and 57 seconds left in the game to seal the deal, baby. Rise up. Oh! Captain Kirk, lead us home, baby.
Roar.
Listen, before we get out of here, I just want to say, Drake May look really good in preseason.
I'm a big Drake May advocate. You know what I'm saying?
One last thing. Colorado and Nebraska tomorrow.
Nebraska by a lot. Go Dogs, by the way.
I'm going Colorado. I'm going Colorado 38-35 in the Classic.
Colorado about 3.
Yes, sir.
Go Dogs. Woo, woo, woo.
Also, Stunner, are your 4 playoff teams?
Four playoffs.
Top 4
It's your top 4. I know it's
Georgia and a whole bunch of teams. Georgia's gonna get kicked by Georgia, so don't even watch it.
Is USC real while we're here?
No.
No. They'll be good.
Zachary Branch is.
I think they'll.
Zachariah Branch is.
I do think they have a chance to make the playoff, though. I do think because it's 12 teams. I do think their schedule is weak enough. Yeah. I think Miller Moss is real, and that defense showed me a lot.
I don't think they have enough speed on offense or defense to compete with actual teams. LSU's not a real team.
I was about to ask if LSU. Don't bring your SEC shit in here. Is LSU really not good?
I think LSU's bad.
Okay.
I thought they were bad last year with Jaden Daniels and Malik Neighbors, so they lost.
They
lost 3 first-round offensive talents.
Do we believe in Jaden Daniels while we're here?
Yes, I do.
I don't believe in the Commanders as an organization.
That is the scary.
I don't know if I believe in Jaden Daniels because I think like half of his yards came off of slot fades at LSU, and he was bad before that last season at LSU.
That's so funny. I don't believe in Jaden Daniels. I think he's 180. I don't.
That's a good point. All right, any more quick hitters? First.
R.I.P. Rich Homie.
R.I.P. Rich Homie Quan, man.
Rest in peace to the king, man. That shit hurt the city yesterday, for real, man. Rest in peace to the king. Anything else?
Stop those school shooters too, man.
Yeah, bro.
Leave them guns at home.
For sure. Don't even have to. Yeah. All right. I think that is it. I don't think nothing happened in the world of basketball. Patrick Bellevue, you are hilarious, by the way. Yeah.
Your boy got 60 million.
Shout out to the real PB, man.
Steph.
Steph, highest paid player in the league again, deservedly so.
Stop putting them fake stat lines out about my boy Pat Bev now. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the real PB. No J.
All right.
Hey, listen, I'm glad y'all ain't showed the end of that Jet schedule. I like what y'all did there. I like
I know how to pod.
I
know what I'm doing over there.
I like that y'all did there.
What I'm doing over there. You notice I said in the middle of the schedule. Easy as hell. I ain't saying nothing about the rest of it. But salute to y'all. Please subscribe, like, comment. Thank you so much for watching. As I always say, salute to the women, especially the women of Atlanta.
Shout out to women, man.
Hey, and if you love us, you hate us, I just hope you pay us. Hello.